my Titans game. Do you ring me? Let's get it. We are on. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKR Sport. We are live as my Gold Coast Titans will be taking on the Penrith Panthers today in a game that I am terrified for. But then again, I am terrified for every single Titans game. Doesn't mean that I'm not a fan. I absolutely love this team, love this community. Not a fan of the organisation, but at the end of the day, I will always support this team through the thick and thin. And look, it is very tough times as per usual on the Gold Coast. And today, it doesn't look like it's going to get any prettier. But hey, we won a game last week. The Titans did win a game against the New Zealand Warriors over there in New Zealand. It was actually a really good performance. It wasn't just that, the Warriors weren't good enough. The Titans actually put in a very solid performance. So look, I hope that they can, put in a good effort here today. I hope they can put in a good showing and give it a red hot crack because they're going to need it. They're at home. We don't have a great record in general, but definitely not at home. And the last time, obviously, we did play there was against the Broncos a couple of weeks ago where the Titans did lose that game. So, look, I just, I really need to see the boys just give it a red-hot crack. I don't even need to see a win here. I just need to see them give it a go, be highly competitive, and they're going up against a very good team here in the Penrith Panthers who obviously struggled at the beginning part of the season, but have come home like a train and now are well within reach of the top four. They are well within reach of the top four, especially with the winning today. They would only be 1 point short of the New Zealand Warriors. They'd be 5 points short of the Storm and the Bulldogs, and it's just a crazy thought process considering after about 10, 11 rounds or so, they were in second last. They were second last and last at one stage, the Panthers. It's like they just gave everyone a head start and said, well, shit, we just want to see if we can make it a little bit more challenging for ourselves this year because they have obviously won 4 premierships in a row. They've been in 5 grand finals in a row. And it's just like they gave everyone a head start. But let's get into these two team lineups, the game prediction, and then we'll get into the ladder and see what you guys are saying. Obviously, hit that like button, subscribe. We've got 3 games today. 3 games, which is this game, the Titans versus the Panthers. Then we'll have the Dragons versus Raiders, which isn't expected to be an absolute belter. 2 teams that are completely on the opposite side of the table to each other. And then you've also got the Manly Roosters game, which should be a belter because that is a big, big game in the middle of the table where it's 9th versus 10th. And both teams need to win with such a short amount of time left on this season to push yourselves into the finals. So, look, big game here today for Manly and Roosters. Titans, Panthers. Titans obviously trying to avoid the spoon. Panthers trying to make the top 4. And then Dragons, Raiders. I don't really know how to big that one up. The Dragons aren't really playing for much. They are technically in the battle for the spoon, to be honest with you. They're only 2 points away from the spoon, but there's 6 teams around them. As well, and the Raiders are obviously just trying to lock in that number 1 spot, so that's the game today. But the Titans, they come into this game from 16th position. Very nice for the first time in a long time to be saying 16th rather than 17th. Obviously, they jumped out of the last place last week. Next week is a huge game for the Titans. They play the Rabbitohs, who are 17th, after a big loss to the Rabbitohs last night, 60-14 to the Broncos. But the Titans come into this game 16th. The Panthers come into this game from 6th. But they are obviously looking to jump into that 5th and very close to 4th. Now, this is at Seabus Super Stadium on the Gold Coast. And it looks like it's a beautiful day down the Gold Coast. It's the greatest place in Australia, mate. It's the greatest place in Australia, hands down. Now, the ins here for the Titans, Sam Verrills and Tom Weaver, with the outs being Chris Randall and Sean Mullaney. You got the fullback of AJ Brimson, with the wingers being Jalen DeGroot and Philip Sami. Centres are Brian Kelly and Jojo Fafita. You go to the 5'8", which is Kieran Foran, the captain. Jaden Campbell is the halfback, with the front row forwards being Mikey Fodawaker and Jamin Jolliffe. And the number 9 is Sam Verrills, with the back row being Jacob Alec-Winky. Papua New Guinea International getting a start here today. Love to see that. And then Bo Firma as well. Then you got Khalees Haas in the lock, with the interchange being Tom Weaver, Regan Campbell-Gillard, Isaac Fasul-Malawi, and Josh Paxton, with the 18th man of placement being Rama Howe and Des Hasler as the coach. So this Titans team, obviously, they are still without guys like Tino Fasul-Malawi. They don't have David Fafita, but we all know that's a situation in itself. There is no Keanu Kenny. There is still players out across the board here, but at the end of the day, even with a full-strength team, you probably wouldn't be backing them in to beat the Panthers here in this matchup. But look, let's see if the Panthers can get their roll on as per usual. They are on a bit of a win streak, of course. The Titans coming into this game, they obviously won 24-16 over the Warriors last week, which was their first win since the Manly game earlier this year. The week beforehand, they lost in unfortunate circumstances to the Tigers, 21-20. Were the better team, but just didn't know how to win. That's just what the Titans do. Tigers are the same team, but they just found a way to win that game. Lost to the Broncos 26-14. It wasn't as bad of a result as necessarily the scoreline suggests there. But at the end of the day, it was a loss. Had a bye, lost the Cowboys 30-24, lost the Eels 36-20, which was probably the worst loss of the season by far. Losing that Eels game, especially with no Moses, no Jalen Brown, the Eels would start to put a score past. And then you go back to that win against Manly 28-8. So, look, the Titans, we all know what they are. We all know that they're not going to win more games than they lose. They are going to lose more games than they win, and it's just about avoiding the spoon at this point. And they do have a run home that can suggest they could do it. Obviously, next week is the really crucial game to win against the Rabbitohs, and then they play the Sharks afterwards. You'd expect them to lose. You expect them to play the Warriors the week after, which is the Titans are the bogey team for the Warriors over the last 5 years. And then they play the Dolphins and they play the Tigers in the last round of the season. So they have 2 games against the bottom 4. Yes, there is some tough games though against the Panthers, Sharks, Warriors, and Dolphins. I don't know what's just fallen, but something just fell in here. But look, yeah, overall, the Titans, there is a chance. If they just need to win the Rabbitohs game, this game isn't actually dramatically important. If they win, it's massive. If they were to win, it would be absolutely massive. But I just don't think many people can see that as a viable option. And now let's move over to the Panthers. You got the ins of Dane Laurie and the out of Paul Alamotti. The fullback is Dylan Edwards, with the wingers being Thomas Jenkins and Brian To'o. Centers are Isaac Tungo and Casey McLean. The 5'8" is Blaze Talangi, with the halfback being Nathan Cleary, who was the captain. Props are Moses Leota and Lindsay Smith, with the number 9 Mitch Kenny. Back row is Luke Garner, and Isaiah Papali'i shifts in from the 17 onto the starting roster, and then Isaiah Yo is the 13. Interchange, Liam Martin drops from the starting 12 to the bench. I just bit my tongue. Brad Schneider, Liam Henry, and Luron Patea also on the bench, with Dane Laurie as the 18th man replacement, and Ivan Cleary is the coach. This Panthers team has been on an absolute run of form recently, but, you know, we're still waiting for them to play a big damn well team, and they do come up against some big teams, not next week, but the 3 weeks after that. That's when we'll know about the Panthers. I fully expect them to win today, and I fully expect them to win next week against the Knights. But then they take on the Storm, they take on the Raiders, and then they take on the Canterbury Bulldogs. Now, that 3-game stretch is where we're going to know who the Panthers are this year, what they're going to be doing. They are going to be making the 8, of course, but that 3-game stretch will tell you if they're a genuine competitive team, because you look at their recent games. They beat the Tigers 36-2, a wooden spoon battling team. They beat the Rabbitohs 30-10, a team that's currently in the wooden spoon place. They beat the Eels 32-10, a team that could finish in 16th this round and is battling the wooden spoon. Had the bye. Very good win against the Bulldogs. So I'm just going to put this on mute here. Very good win against the Bulldogs, 8-6, in a game where it was full-strength Bulldogs, full-strength Panthers, and the Panthers were able to win in really close circumstances. That was their best result for sure. They did beat the Warriors 28-18, which is one of their better results. But the Warriors, we all know what the Warriors have been like recently. They have not been at their utmost best, that's for sure. But at least it was a win against the top 4 team. They had a bye. They beat the Tigers 18-14. Again, a team in that wooden spoon battle. And they beat the Eels 18-10. Again, a team in the wooden spoon battle. And then you go back to their last loss outside of that as well, which was the 25-6 loss to the Newcastle Knights, who is a team that is in the battle for the spoon right now. And even if you go back before their previous bye before that, they beat the Cowboys. They drew with the Cowboys 30-30. Another team that is technically in the hunt to avoid the spoon right now. So, you know, whilst they are on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game win streak, and realistically they should be on a 9 game win streak going into that 3 game stretch against the Storm, Raiders and Bulldogs, you can understand why I'm still a little bit hesitant. I can see your Panthers. I can see that they're coming. I can see that they're getting results. But for me, it doesn't mean a dramatic amount until we get to that 3 game stretch, because they are beating all these teams down the bottom of the table, which is justified and valid. You are winning games, and that's the most important thing, and you are winning games well. Again, you should win this game here well today. But if I want to say that you're going to go and win 5 premierships in a row, I need to see you win 2 out of those 3 games against the Storm, Raiders and Bulldogs. So that's just what I'm kind of looking towards. But again, I expect to win today. So I'm going to take the Panthers 13 plus here. Obviously, I'm going to support my boys in the Titans and hope. I'm going to have high hopes and low expectations. You know, I don't expect this Titans team to win. If they win, it'll be amazing. But it'll also be a little bit frustrating in a lot of ways. That we all know the Titans at times maybe not necessarily the roster they've got currently on paper right this very second, but we all know the Titans can pull results out of their ass from time to time. You know, they can really pull a result out of a magic hat and just surprise everybody. Last week was a key example of that. But they are the bogey team of the Warriors. They just seem to be able to play them well. But the point of the matter is that Look, if the Titans won, yeah, it would be great, and they would effectively avoid the spoon this year. With that being said, however, it'd be so frustrating knowing what this team can do and what this team can achieve, but they just don't achieve it on a consistent level. So yeah, look, I'm going to take Panthers 13 plus. It's a realistic prediction. If the Titans do win, I'll be over the moon and I'll be ecstatic for the surprise. But it's just not necessarily something that you should be backing in with chest. Coming into a game against a team that is 7 wins in a row and against teams around your positions, and also including the Bulldogs. Now, in regards to the ladder, the Panthers, they are in 5th position. Sorry, they're in 6th position right now after that win for the Broncos last night. They're on 27 points, obviously, because of that draw with the Cowboys. Now, if they win this game, who cares about the points differential plus 79? It doesn't matter for anybody except for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are nowhere near them. So if the Panthers win, they would go up into 5th position above the Broncos. That is where they would finish this weekend. But the key telling point there is they'll be on 29 points and the Warriors are on 30 points. So to really emphasise on the Warriors situation, they're on 30. The Panthers, if they win, they'll be 1 point short. The Broncos are 2 points short. If the Sharks beat the Cowboys tomorrow, they'll also be 2 points short. And the Dolphins are only 4 points short of them right now with a much superior points differential. And then if Manly were to beat the Roosters later on today, there'd be 6 points between the Warriors in 4th position and also Manly in 9th position. So that tells you how close it is, and that anyone between 4 and 10 is no guarantee for the top 8 right now. Obviously, the teams outside of the 8, no guarantee, but the teams from 4 to 8, there is actually still no guarantee of a top 8 based off of the points and teams getting wins around that area. So look, if the Panthers win, they go to 5th. If they lose this game, however, they can't go below the Dolphins. Dolphins won yesterday. The Sharks would jump them with a win over the Cowboys, which would put the Panthers down into 7th position. And that is it. That is all that could happen, because Manly win would get them to 26. So the lowest they can finish is 7th, and you would probably assume that with the Sharks should be beating the Cowboys. And then obviously if they win, they'll be 5th. So 5th or 7th, simple as that. It could be 6th if the Cowboys get a surprise. Now for the Titans on the other side, you've got them in 16th position, which is equal last with the Rabbitohs, but the Rabbitohs have a minus 197 points differential, whilst the Titans have a minus 149 points differential. So the Titans fans are actually thanking Titans, Eels, Tigers, Knights, Cowboys, and Dragons. Not Cowboys, but everybody else. They're all very thankful for the Broncos getting a big win last night, because it really destroyed their points differential even worse. Now, the Titans, with minus 149, they would have to lose this game by 49 points, basically 50 points, to go below the Rabbitohs, which is not necessarily out of the equation. So, don't get too crazy confident here that we wouldn't be finishing in last position. But I hope otherwise. There is a possibility they go down to last, but they would have to lose by 50. Now, if they won this game, however, they would jump above the Eels. Now, the Eels do... no, they've already played this weekend. Sorry, they play the Cowboys next week. The Titans would actually jump above them on 18 points, which is equal with the Tigers, the Eels, the Knights, and the Dragons. The Titans have minus 149. The Eels have a minus 153. The Tigers have a minus 135. The Knights have a minus 116. And the Dragons have a minus 64. So you'd be hoping that the Raiders get a big score against the Dragons this week, right after this game. The Knights have had a bye, so you don't have to worry too heavily about that. But if they were to win, they go 15th over the Eels. The Tigers minus 135, so they'd have to win by 14 points or more to go into 14th position. They would have to win by 39, 29, 19, 34 points to go above the Knights into 13th position. And then, they would have to win by like 50, and then the Dragons lose by about 40 to go above the Dragons, which just realistically isn't happening. So, look, there is a reasonable chance there. If the Titans were to win, the Titans could go into 14th position, but because obviously the Tigers play the Bulldogs as well, so the Bulldogs get a win there, it'll help out that points differential. But realistically, with a win, you'd be looking at, I'd say 14th. But that would require a win against a very good Panthers team. So there you go, guys. That is the rundown for today's game. The Panthers are out on the field, and the Titans are about to come out now here at Seabus Stadium. Beautiful day on the Gold Coast, as per usual. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're new around here. Get around Jimmy Jolliffe coming out onto the field here. And let's get to the chat and let's see what you guys are rocking and rolling with. Jeez, we've had multiple timeouts. We haven't. Gee whiz. We have multiple timeouts already. Dearie me. Jav says, a Penrith win, we riot. Well, you'd expect Penrith to win. You would expect them to win. Captain Ahmed is just spamming about Panthers win. Yep, fair enough. Fair enough. Joppe says, why is the ladder wrong? Ladder's not wrong, mate. This is the live ladder. It's the live ladder. You've got to take it up with the NRL if you've got a problem with it. You've got a massive... No, Jav, we're not doing that. We don't wish for injuries. We do not wish for injuries in these games, mate. So no, we don't be saying Cleary injured in the first half. At the end of the day, they're entertainers playing footy, mate. So we want to see the best of the best play the best of the best, and whoever wins, wins. That's how it works. Lagan says, how about the NRLW Magic round kicking off with a golden point thriller between the Titans and the Dogs, first draw in NRLW history? Yeah, no, that was good. I was meant to do a stream with Sammy Revel, actually, on Wobble and Jaw Sports, but my Vietnam sleep schedule has been a little bit all over the shop some, unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there for that, but it was a great game. Great game. I watched the end of it there on his channel as well, and yeah, really happy that obviously we didn't lose the game. So the game is kicked off here, guys. Thumbs up, subscribe. Titans will bring this ball out here to the 15. Glad we didn't lose the game and obviously keep themselves up there in the hunt for the finals. But yeah, it was wet weather, so when it got to field goals, you knew it was going to be a very tough ask. Second tackle now for the Titans, Bobby Firma. Rolls back to Sammy Verrills, and they give it up to Jimmy Jolliffe, who is at the 32 on third tackle. Dazman says, Titans 13 plus. Daz, we might not have a shirt on if that's the case. If we win this game 13 plus, I'm pretty certain I'm going to be streaming shirtless for the rest of the day. Netta says, go the Panthers 13 plus. Well, you would have to expect it. You would have to assume it. And it would be a disappointment if they didn't do it by that much. No, you saw the scoreboard, didn't you, Jay? Yeah, did ya? You sorted it. Well, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that, mate. I appreciate you for remembering for the first time in history. So Dylan Edwards, he's going to bring this ball out to the 25, and Jacob Alakwinki with the tackle. Logan says Muppet Hour early today, I see. Muppet Hour every day at every hour. It really is. Every day, every hour, it's Muppet Hour over here on BKR Muppet Sport. So second tackle now for the Panthers, and I nearly said Stephen Crichton just then. It was Brian Toto who gets the ball out to the 35. KJ Sports, what is your favourite part of the Gold Coast? Are you talking about like location-wise? Like, I do love a bit of Burleigh. Burleigh's always fantastic. Full tackler at the 45. But it depends on what you want. Like, if you want the high-paced city life, you go up to the northern section of Broadbeach and beyond. If you want the mid-range where it's, still popping, but also a little bit quieter, a little bit more hipster, you go down Burleigh way in that middle section. Or Palm Beach kind of jazz. And then if you want the slower-paced lifestyle, you definitely go down towards Coolangatta, Tugun, and the likes. So it's going to be second tackle now for the Titans of the 20. Second tackle at the 20. Netta says, up the pars. Skungle says, no one cares about your bet. That is, well, unless we're getting 10%. So third tackle now for the Titans, and it will be Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell brings it out of the 25 on fourth tackle. Nice to see you tuning in, though, today, Mr. Skunkle. Very nice to see you for the first time in maybe about 7 years, tuning into the old BKR Sport channel. I don't know if you know this, Skunkle, but we actually stream rugby league content here on the channel. So, yeah, usually you'd think that... Oh, knock on by the Panthers! Come on, Gold Coast, here's a chance! Dylan Edwards knocks the ball on out of nowhere, and the Titans are going to have a prime opportunity for about 15 metres out. Oh, he just dropped it out of nowhere, Dylan Edwards. Just dropped it out of absolutely nowhere. Lagan says, KJ Sports, have a crack at Narang. Probably not going to have a crack at Narang. No, probably not going to... Nana Plaza is his favourite part. I'm not in Thailand, buddy. I'm not in Thailand. Not in Thailand, champion. All right, so Kieran Foran 10 metres away from the line. Titans with the first attacking opportunity of the game. Jaden Campbell gives it off to AJ Brimson, and Brimson is going to be 9 metres out here from the line. Lagan says, today's the day we see the Titans become the Panthers bogey team. I love it. Khalees Haas, second tackle, 5 metres out from the line. 4 minutes into the game here. Beautiful. You know, at least we get a little bit of excitement here for the Gold Coast early doors. Kieran Foran, Bo Firma. Oh, has he got there? We can't see the ball. I don't know. This is close. I don't think so. I think he might be short here. He's not celebrating like crazy. I think he might be a couple of centimetres short of the line here. Yeah, Bo doesn't look confident. I'm pretty certain this is going to be short of the line, no try. But great start here for the Gold Coast in this first 4 minutes. So Bo swings. He's lost the ball. No, he's lost the ball there. So it's actually going to be Panthers ball here at the 10. Panthers ball at the 10. Dazmate says, I love seeing a nice sunny day on my screen while it's pissing down outside. Well, this is Dazmate. This is why you got to be Gold Coast. You know, this is why you moved to the Gold Coast, son. Looking out here in Vietnam and beautiful day. Beautiful, mate. Beautiful. So, whether I'm in Gold Coast, whether I'm in bloody Udaipur, whether I'm in Hua Hin or Ho Chi Minh, it's always sunny where I am. But for you, oh my gosh, this is why New South Wales can't win Origin. It's the reason, Desmond. It's the only valid reason. You've got a great team there, but you just don't win. I feel like it has to do with the fact that you just live in a place that never has... you're like England at this point. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I'd have to compare New South Wales to England at this point. So the Panthers now second tackle at 20. GT says, let's go Titans, get the Panthers out of the top 4. Well, they wouldn't be in the top 4 even with a win here. Warriors fans are big Titans fans today. If you are a Warriors fan, you are absolutely wanting the Titans to win this game big time. All right, so Moses Leota will be 4th tackle here at the 38. Justin Sutter says, up the A Titans. Different team. A Titans. Look, hopefully the A Titans can do well. I'm not sure how the Gold Coast Titans will do, but the A Titans, they might be a shout. So Nathan Cleary at the halfway point. He'll put this one to the corner where it'll be an easy grab here for Philip Sami at the 15. And it'll be 1st tackle. Larkin says, would much rather live in Vietnam than anywhere in Queensland anyways. Well, that's just simply not true, and you know that you're lying to yourself. you just know that you're lying to yourself, or you've just never been to Queensland and realised how beautiful it is. And also, like, you either want to be a loser, you want to be the winner. If you want to be the loser, you stay where you are in the Belmore. Or if you want to be the winner, you go to the Queensland. You know? That's how it happens. Zakor says, the best place to go at the Gold Coast is Surfers Paradise. You are off your rocker. You are crazy. People on the Gold Coast, they would not even touch that with a 10-foot pole unless there's a specific reason to go to Surfers. Surfers is just tourists, man. Surfers is just tourists. It's quite dirty, to be fair. And that's why people have a negative thought process about the Gold Coast on a permanent level, like living there. People always go, oh, it's just a tourist town. Yeah, because you go on fucking surfers. Like, you go on surfers. If you go anywhere else, you realise it's the greatest place to live. Seb Watson says, New South Wales must be a glorious place then with lots of sun. Well, that's just not true. You know it. You know a little bit more sun than... At least they see sun compared to England, but definitely have a little bit of sun there. 6 again for the Panthers, the 45 on their own side of the field, and Papali'i give it off to Isaac Tungo. Did Michael Ennis... Oh, it's a 1-1 strip by BK. Come on, BK. Come on, BK. That's huge. That's huge. BK with the 1-1 strip at the halfway point. Did Michael Ennis just say the Panthers are looking slick early? What have they done in the first 6 minutes? What have the Panthers done in the first 6 minutes to make them look slick early here, Michael? Unless I misheard that. So 3rd tackle now for the Titans. They're at the 40 on the Panthers side of the field. Tasmate said, you forgot to add if you'd like to get robbed. No. We're not talking about Penrith here. 4th tackle now at the 30. We're talking about Queensland, Tasmate. You got to click on with the conversation. Yeah, no, we're not talking about Penrith. No. Not Penrith or Redfern. 5th tackle. No, good offload there. Now it's 5th tackle for the Titans. 18 metres out with the ball. Come on to Gold Coast. Good start. Cleese Haas off to Jaden Campbell. He had a great game last week. Good pass there to Jacob Winky. Kicks it through. Knock on again from... What? No. That's a knock on from Edwards. No. I would like to see that again, Fox. Here we go. And it will... I think the ball touched the ground at the same time. Anyway, whatever. But I disagree with that call. Our ball. There's LeBron in the chat. So Dylan Edwards will get this ball here to the 40 on 5th tackle. I don't know, Skunk. You say off the boot. I would argue that it also still touched the ground and the boot if you go back and have a look at it. But I could be wrong. But no. Like I said, Surfers Paradise is filled with... With what? Sorry? With... penalty Titans at the 33. Let's go, Gold Coast. Let's go. So Watson says, wow, BK doing something good. Look out, mate. Look out, champion. When BK's playing well, Gold Coast are on fire. Oh, they're on fire, son. Gold Coast on fire. Benjamin says, I'm from Brisbane, but love going to the Spit for fishing. Yeah, fishing at the Spit's pretty damn well good. Everyone from Brisbane loves the Gold Coast. They put the Gold Coast down, but they're always there. They're always there every weekend. So it's 1st tackle for the Gold Coast at the 50. Highlights once thoughts on the Crows Hawks game last night. Yeah, crazy result. Crazy result considering Hawks were up when I was last checking it, and then the Crows came back and slapped it. Crows are good this year. I don't know if they win the comp, but they're good this year. Kieran Foran out to AJ Brimson. Brimson underneath to BK, and Brian Kelly's going to be 30 metres out even the line. Do you prefer Kenny? Oh, good offload there. Good offload, AJ Brimson. He's at the 25, and now he's 20 metres out from the line for tackle. Do I prefer Kenny AJ at fullback? I will take Keanu Kenny. But AJ is a very good fullback too. And they'll give it up to Kieran Foran. Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell runs it into the line strong. Fit tackle, 15 metres away from the line. Go says Titans the upset. Mate, I will, if Titans win this game, we're not wearing a shirt for the rest of the day on all three streams. Brian Kelly throws it back into Jacob Winky, then he gets it off here to Jalen to Groot, cuts across. There should be numbers here. There should be numbers here. Bo, AJ Brimson gets it over the top here to Phil Sami. Good defense here for the Panthers. The Titans still throw the ball back on the inside. AJ Brimson at the 25. He brings it back here to the 20. He kicks that ball up. No one's really chasing it through though. And the Panthers will get it. They drop the ball, but it goes backwards. Jeez, that was a crazy finish to that set. 30 minutes to go in the first half, 10 minutes in. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm just really glad to see the Titans are actually giving it a red-hot go in this first 10 minutes, and they're kind of continuing on from the good performance from last week and gaining a little bit of confidence and momentum from it. Does that mean they're going to win? Maybe not necessarily, but the point is that it's nice to see the Titans haven't just kind of conceded in the first 10 minutes and are really red-hot into this game. Jay says BK wore his footy boots this week. Definitely did, yeah. No, nice footy boots. Big fan of BK wearing footy boots. 40-20 attempt here from Cleary, but it's going to hit the 20. But Jalen de Groot will get back, and he will bring it out to the 23. Bring it out to the 23. I still don't really understand how that wasn't a knock-on before, but second tackle now at the 30. And it's going to be Philip Sami. Yeah, the Titans forwards, they are really strong. I agree with McInnes here, even though he is a very strong Penrith circle jerker. He's very well known for it. He's a Nathan Cleary circle jerker and loves the old Penrith Panthers, Michael Ennis. He's really trying to shit on the Titans right now. And I think that just confirmed to me that he did say what he said when it was 6 minutes in. He said Penrith looking slick. Penrith haven't done anything yet. They've literally done nothing yet. Oh, good offload there from Clay Harson. Jaden Campbell's away here at the 50, the 45, the 40. Go, JC, at the 30, the 30, 25, the 20. And he's taking out the 15. Yeah, Penrith looking slick here. McInnes, fit tackle now. 15 metres out. Pass the ball out left quickly. They give it off to Kieran Foran. Foran now. He's going to kick this ball up. It's a one-on-one. Phil Sami, Brian. It's going to bounce here for BK. And that's a knock-on from Phil Sami. Geez, good start. Good game, though, so far. Good game. Good game. How's Penrith looking slick at the moment, Mick? Run around District 1 with shorts as well. Well, District 1, in Vietnam, I only wear shorts. Sebon says, most weeks BK just wears thongs to play in. That is definitely something. But he either wears thongs or he wears those shoes from Like Mike back in the day, that movie. Where, I can't remember, Little Bow Wow, I think his name is, became Michael Jordan as like a 10-year-old and started playing the NBA with the Lakers. And that's what BK does. When he chooses to wear his boots, he's one of the better centers in the game, but he doesn't necessarily choose to wear his boots too many times. Forward tackle. And they go left-hand side, Lindsay Smith, and Lindsay Smith to the 45 now on fit tackle. What is Mel? Yeah, Jay said Zia. What's Mel getting upset about here in the chat? All over the show. I don't know what's happening there. So first tackle. If you're getting timed out, you're getting removed. It's probably because you're doing something. But secondly, it's because the moderators decide that you're probably a little bit all over the shop when it comes to the chat. So you just got to kind of swing it around and talk like normal. So third tackle there at the 30. I don't even do that. If I time someone out, I will tell you it's me timing you out. So Sam Verrill's up to Bo Firma, but 99% of the timeouts and removals come from the moderators. And Bo Firma, good off. Oh no. Well, it was going to be a good offload, but Nathan Cleary slaps the ball backwards, and the Panthers are probably going to get their first attacking opportunity of the game here, 45 metres out. Not going to get anywhere playing the victim always in live. Yeah, no, unfortunately not. Lindsay Smith, good tackle there from Jimmy Jolliffe at the 42. And his second tackle. Tackle in the opposition half. This is the first time the Panthers have been in the opposition half this game so far, 13 minutes in. Infinite Kiwis has put that through the hands. A Titans score there. Well, the Titans have gotten off to a really strong start at the moment, but they haven't had to face any defense just yet. This is the first defense First part of the game where the Titans have had to defend. That was BK who rushed up into the line then. Did prevent a roll. Fit tackling out to 15 for the Panthers. They roll it out to Nathan Cleary. Cleary gives it across to Moses Leota. Nearly knocks the ball on. They seem a little bit weird with ball handling today, the Panthers. Lindsay Smith gets it back to Isaiah Yeo. Isaiah Yeo kicks it through, and there's no way. Oh my gosh. There is no way that bounce just happened that way. So it's a knock-on against the Titans here. That is so unlucky. It was one of the worst kicks you're ever going to see in the history of rugby league from Isaiah Yeo. But the bounce is one of the best you're ever going to see, and it bounces into a knock-on for the Titans. The Panthers will get a fresh set of 10 metres out from the line. No, literally the worst kick you've ever seen in your life, but it just really awkwardly bounces there for Philip Sami, and it's a knock-on. Olivia Reed with the $8 donation says, happy Spectrum Saturday. Lots of keyboard warriors today. I had to slap a Bronx hater fan for complaining about how we celebrated our tries last night. Well, thank you very much for the $8 donation, Olivia. Yeah, I've been called a massive Broncos hater on Instagram and on YouTube after last night. And I will put my hand up and say I'm a massive Broncos hater, to be fair. But I also will tell you when I genuinely think something about the team. And last night I thought, yeah, sure, they won. But at the end of the day, there's a lot more to prove, which is what I said on Instagram. And the Storm game next week will tell me a lot more about where the Broncos are at. 6 again if the Panthers, 10 metres out. So for anyone who's crying and criticising that I, was only hating the Broncos because I'm a Titans fan last night, you're completely incorrect. But it doesn't mean I'm not a Broncos hater. But I'll tell you what I genuinely think about them. Oh, mistake there. No, it's going to be 6 again with the Panthers, 9 metres out from the line. And I'm also well aware of how shit my team is usually too. So you can't slap me in regards to Titans. And Isaiah Yeo, he'll be 2 metres out even the line, second tackle. But thank you very much for the donation, Olivia. I don't know. It must have been someone on Instagram having a crack at Broncos players celebrating. I don't think there's anything wrong with celebrating your tries last night. Oh no, Isaiah Yeo's grabbing at his shoulder here. God bless him. You don't want to see that. One of the best locks in the game. Yeah, it's just that all that weight of Mikey Fodawaker coming down on top of his shoulder there, and I don't know, he's going to have to come off here for a little bit. Lagan says Panthers looking slick right now. They've done nothing. Justin Summers says hopefully they don't get soaked. Yeah, I did hear that it's pouring down rain in Sydney. Did hear that it's pretty strongly rain. Best sportsman I just messaged saying, Mandy, you are heavily biased to the Roosters today. Well, I tipped Manly with the top 8 before the season started, so I kind of had to back in Manly. But all right, second tackle now. Panthers 3 minutes away from the line. Isaiah Yeo back to Mitch Kenny. He gets it to Moses Leota at second tackle. Now third tackle, 3 metres out. I think Isaiah Yeo sat in the field. Mitch Kenny gives it off to Lindsay Smith. Lindsay Smith to Nathan Cleary. Clear at the back here to Dylan Edwards. Good defense, BK. Good defense. Has he been on good form in this first 16 minutes, BK? BK has been on some good form at the moment. Brian To'o out the back to Nathan Cleary. Lindsay Smith, fit tackle. Very slow set here from the Panthers. Not what you would normally expect. Go back to Mitch Kenny. Off to Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary to Blaze Talangi. Talangi kicks it through. It's a nice kick. But it will be a dropout. That's a nice kick from Blaze Talangi that forced, I think, AJ Brimson it is AJ Brimo to knock the ball dead. So it's going to be a dropout coming up here from the Titans to the Panthers. Dropout coming up. Brett Nancy says, howdy mate, has Liam Candy he still have a job? It's a great question. I don't have an answer for you, and I don't think I'll ever have an answer for you, but it is a great question, Brenton. Thank you very much for that one. By the way, Brenton, did you enjoy Tanner Boyd not missing yesterday? Did you enjoy that? I hope you enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed it. He never misses. So it's going to be a great long kicker for the Titans. That's going to go 70 metres. That's going to go 75 metres. Moses Leota has picked the ball up at the 22 on his own side of the field after that dropout for the Titans. That's a huge kick, dude. And he's lost the ball. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable from the Gold Coast. That is unbelievable. They have kicked basically an 80-metre dropout and then forced a knock-on from the Panthers on the first tackle through Moses Leota. And the Panthers are going to challenge this. If this is an unsuccessful challenge, not only did they kick it 80 metres, force the knock-on, and then force the loss of a challenge, but if you're challenging this early, you'd have to be super confident that there is going to be a strip here. Up the members pricing, Logan. Exactly right. Up the members pricing. So Leota... Initial contact is fine. No way. That's just a loose carry. Shut up, Mick Ennis. You are so clearly Panthers circle jerker. Yeah, but he's coming down off of the tackle. He's literally just making the tackle and slipping off of the tackle. You can't tell me that... But he's falling off it. So he's fallen off of the tackle. Like, how is that a deliberate action to strip the ball out? Well, it was a one-on-one anyway, so it's just going to be Panthers ball here at the 20, at the 40, sorry. But, like, if he's... Oh, Mick Ennis is the biggest Panthers circle jerker I've ever heard in my life. Mick Ennis, he didn't even play for the Panthers, but he's literally got a life membership for him. He's got a life membership for him, this bloke. Anyway, so it's going to be a successful challenge. Panthers get the ball here at the 40. It was one-on-one anyway. Brenton says, I had a flock of birds, couldn't see him kick. No, he definitely kicked. No, I watched it, yeah. Skagel says, no way there was an attempt to strip us a tackle. Exactly right. He falls off of the tackle. And then with his hand coming down, has hit the ball, but it isn't an intentional play at the ball, which means it's a loose carry. It should have just been Titans' ball. Second tackle at 45. Anyway, it's Casey Badger in the bunker. What am I surprised? Isaiah Yo after Nathan Cleary. Cleary after Dylan Edwards, and Edwards now gives it to Isaac Tungo, and Tungo's going to be 35 metres out from the line, third tackle. So it says everyone expecting short these days. Maybe the meta is to go long again. We spoke about this yesterday, or it might have been on Thursday. Teams are actually swinging away from the short kickoffs, and they are going long now. A lot of teams have been doing that recently. We saw the Eels do it on Thursday against the Storm, so it must be that game. Nathan Cleary over the top here, and Brian. Oh, jeez, let's go. Let's go, AJ Brimo. It's going to be a dropout here from the Titans to the Panthers. That was really good, because if he doesn't get a boot to that, then that would have been a try for the Panthers. Olivia says, but yeah, I think for someone that goes to games and watches too much footy, it was mediocre and versus depleted rabbits. Next week and round 27 will be our real test. Absolutely. Well, next week and also the Dolphins game in 2 weeks. But absolutely, you know, it's good to see Broncos fans who actually have a brain and enjoy, you know, being... that's a good dropout again to the... Oh my gosh, it's gone 60 metres again. The dropout's gone 60 metres again, and Cleary picks up at the 40, and Moses Leota is going to bring it out here to the 45 on the Titan side of the field. It's good to see Broncos fans who can actually look at their team and be critical of them whilst also having a sense of hope and belief in the team. Like, you are entitled to have a sense of hope and belief in the team, but it is also still where you've got to critically analyse them and say, well, you know, the first 20 minutes was pretty dog shit. The first half was pretty dog shit for the Broncos, but they still won it. There were a lot of controversial calls against the Rabbitohs, but at the end of the day, it was 6-4 in regards to legitimate tries, and they slapped them in the second half, which was always going to happen against a depleted New South Wales Cup Rabbitohs team that is in last position right now. It had two guys in the halves that most people wouldn't have heard of. So, you know, yes, it doesn't prove shit. Next week will start to prove something, and the week after, and then the final game against the Storm. But the Storm might rest their players in round 27. You never know. It's usually what they do. Fifth tackle of the Panthers, 15 metres out. Blaze Salungi puts that ball up into the corner. Down to Groot, Tom Jenkins, and I think Jenkins has scored that. Or maybe not. Maybe not. They're going to go to the bunker here. I think Jenkins personally got that, but let's see. They're going to call... They're going to go to the bunker here for Jenkins. Wasn't really happy with how Jalen Group positioned himself originally, which gave Jenkins the advantage. You can see from that angle right there. All right, so Jenkins up in the air. He will bring... Yeah, I think that's fine to start. This is fine to start here. Oh, did they say that... Left hand into the Jalen the Groot left hand. Yeah. Yeah, now it's just if it's maintained to the ground by Jenkins. That looks good to me. That's a try. Yeah, it's a try there for Thomas Jenkins. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate there for the Gold Coast Titans. I do think it came off a bad call up to the 40 for the Panthers, but with that being said, like the Panthers ran up the other end of the field, and Thomas Jenkins scores a good try at the top of Jalen DeGroot. I didn't really like his positioning, man. Jenkins was able to get that full-on run up and get about half a metre above DeGroot, which gave him the advantage because Jalen didn't kind of jump up quick enough there, unfortunately. So, yeah, Panthers will score with 4-0 here with the kick to come 19 minutes in. Still happy with how the Titans have played so far. Livy said, I don't mind seeing the Rabbits get the spoon after 2020 when Wayne let the Bulldogs win, so the Bronx got the spoon. Players don't let other teams win. I understand your frustration, but players don't. Players don't know how. They don't deliberately let other teams win. Charles says, will the Panthers make top 4? Hey, it's a good shout, mate. You know, like, they'll be 1 point short of the Warriors if they win this game. The only thing that comes into play here is that they have next week they play the Knights, which they should win. Tough, tricky game, but they should win. And then they play the Raiders, the Bulldogs, and the Storm in 3 consecutive weeks. Talk to me when they've won 2 out of those 3 games for if they're a competitive team for the premiership this year, because this run here of the 8 or so games has been against weaker opposition, minus that Dogs game, right? Ghost is terrible calling knocked on. I don't know, Ghost. I think that was probably. I think he did get that ball. I think if I was going to complain about something on that set, it would have been the fact that the challenge was successful for the Panthers when I didn't believe that you should have called not Brian Toll, Bo Firma, stripping the ball out. I disagree with that. But at the end of the day, I think that was probably a try there for Thomas Jenkins, yeah. The Dingo says, Women's game got stopped due to the weather. Was hailing here near Brookie a few minutes ago as well. Wonder if tonight will survive the full 80. Well, we saw a draw between the Titans and Bulldogs women today, the first time in NRLW history. When it got to extra time, you just knew the weather was too wet. You just knew it was too wet and it was going to be too difficult for the field goals for the women. Tasmate says, great times. Fox commentary pisses me off. Yeah, Vault Hunter, Mick Ennis is... Like, Mick Ennis would literally get his... If this was visuals, he would literally have no pants on watching the Panthers. Michael Ennis would... I genuinely believe that in the commentary booth, Michael Ennis does not wear pants when watching Panthers games. I don't believe it. I refuse. Like, I hope he's wearing underwear for the sake of everybody else, but, like, I genuinely don't believe the guy wears pants when watching the Penrith Panthers. It's actually insanity. Max Watson says, no team has put their foot down, so I still think based on form and the eye test, Panthers have to be a top contender. Sure, you're a Panthers fan, though, but the fact of the matter is that are you disagreeing with my statement that their last 8 games minus the Bulldogs game, so 7 out of their last 8 games have been against bottom 4 teams or wooden spoon potential teams, and they need to consistently play against the top teams so that we can prove that they are a genuine team, because it's all well and good beating up on the Tigers and beating up on the Rabbitohs and beating up on the Titans. 3 teams have played multiple times over the last 8 weeks. That's going to bounce back here for the Panthers. And Blaze Salungi then drops it, and it's going to be, well, I don't even know if he touched that, but Titans ball here at the 20. So at the end of the day, you're a Panthers fan, so you're going to have that viewpoint, but from a neutral perspective, I look at the Panthers and say they haven't actually proved it until they go up against the 3 teams, the Storm, the Bulldogs, and the Raiders, where they absolutely could win 2 out of their 3, but they haven't actually done that yet. And that game against the Bulldogs was great, but let's see them go and do it again. Because again, their last 7 of 8 weeks have been against teams like the Cowboys, the Titans, no, Cowboys was before that, the Titans, who are 16th, the Rabbitohs, who are 17th, the Tigers, who are 14th, and the Eels, who are 15th. So majority of those games have come against bottom 4 teams. So the thing is again, get you're a Panthers fan, but from a neutral perspective, you absolutely have to see the viewpoint about where the Panthers haven't necessarily proven it against some big-time teams just yet. And it's got nothing to do with other teams. You know, refuse to talk about other teams. Who gives a shit what other teams are doing? Because it's about what the Panthers are doing. We're not talking about the Storm here. We're not talking about the Bulldogs and Raiders and what they're doing in regards to stamping their foot down. We're talking about the Panthers. And what we're saying with the Panthers is that they still need to play the big-time teams to show that they are the same team from the previous years. That's all I'm saying. And if you disagree with that, please let me know why I'm wrong. Because you are entitled to your opinion. And you are allowed it, but tell me why I'm wrong in regards to that thought process. The Dingo says, he also moans when Reece Walsh makes a break. Yeah, no, he's a big Reece Walsh fan. Big Reece Peacey. Brenton says he's rock hard watching the Panthers. Mate, rock hard. Hey, it's like he's at Bouvienne Street in Ho Chi Minh, mate, on a Saturday night. The guy's out of control. Nathan Cleary. And he'll whack that down to AJ Brimson. That's a hard kick to take, but he does grab it here at the 20, and he'll bring it out here to the 25 first tackle. Jay says, who wears pants on a Saturday? Well, luckily for you guys, I am actually wearing my Chicago Bulls pants today, so you're very lucky today. Or maybe unlucky, depending on how you feel. Maybe unlucky. And Bo Firma, good strong run here to the 40 on third tackle. Logan says, Mick Ennis definitely waxed the... Okay, let's not use terminology of wax the bat and having a tug from 2 comments in the last 3 comments on this chat. Like, what? Gee whiz. You guys are sick, mate. You know, I can't believe you guys are talking about a man with no pants, and I can't believe it. So Sam Verrill's up to Jaden Campbell. And the Titans are going to... Panthers get the ball at the 25 through Jenkins. I haven't been superbly impressed by the Panthers in this first 24 minutes, but with that being said, they did this against the Tigers last week before they went on to win the game 36-2. They weren't too great in the first 20 to 30 minutes, but they put the foot down. There was an extremely bad call against the Tigers right on halftime as the Panthers scored, which kind of blew the score a bit further out of reach for the Tigers at halftime, but at the end of the day, they put the foot down more so in the second half than the first. The Dingo says, and he's going to be the next Manly coach, I reckon. Might force us to lose to the Riff so we can do this thing up in the box. Who, Mick Ennis? Is Mick Ennis being rumoured to be the next Manly coach? Alright, so the Panthers now at the 30. They whack it to the 10. And great take by Jalen de Groot. He learnt from the bad jump before and perfectly times that one. And now we second tackle for the Titans. And they'll be at the 20 on... with 16 minutes to go the first half. So AJ Brimson off to BK, and BK now brings it to the 25 on third tackle. Olivia says, what's pants? You know, if we didn't have... I'm surprised we've got someone now, but, you know, I'm not too sure realistically long term. Brandon says, yeah, rumoured to be. I don't think he will. So that's the difficulty about being overseas, you know, being in Vietnam and whatnot. Or, charge down there from the Panthers, so the Titans are going to get 6 again. AJ Brimson follows it up and he'll bring it out at the 43 on first tackle. That's the difficult thing about being overseas. And for people who are overseas, say if you're in Thailand or America or wherever you are, it's very difficult to be kept completely up to date with everything that's going on. And I didn't even know that Mick Ennis was rumoured to be coaching. 6 again of the Gold Coast, 33 minutes out of the line. First tackle, and they give it off to Kieran Foran. Foz will fake it, then we'll be taken down to the 25 second tackle. Dingo says, supposedly Seabold's success, I hope not. Well, anything's better than Seabold. At least McInnes probably wouldn't play a player that's about a 90% re-injury rate for the shoulder and then have him get injured in that game with the 90% rate. Jaden Campbell gets it off here to Jojo Fafita, and Jojo Fafita's 10 metres out from the line here. Fourth tackle. They roll it back to Jacob Alakwinki. He gives it off here to Jaden Campbell at the 15. Then he'll get off to Regan Campbell-Gillard. He gets a good offload away to Jaden Campbell. And Jaden Campbell's going to be 10 metres out here for the line. Fit tackle, 10 metres out. Sam Verrills gives it to Kieran Foran. Foran at the back now to AJ Brimson. Brimo gets away from the tackle. Keeps going. Oh, he should have passed the ball. No, Brimo, it was such great work until it wasn't. He gets away from the tackles, he finds the space, he should sucker them in, and then he should pass it so that there is space for the players around him, because all the Panthers have shifted across to the right-hand side of the field to defender. You're going to have space on that right-hand side attack for the Titans. So unfortunately, AJ did very well and then made the mistake by not passing it into space once he opened up that space. So second tackle now for the Panthers at the 15. Now McInnes is back on the circle jerk brigade. He's talking about the work ethic of Dylan Edwards, and oh my gosh, this guy, like, he's unbelievable. Oh my, he's actually outstanding. He should be given a medal for how much he loves this team. Panthers will get a penalty. Panthers will get a penalty at the 25. He should get a medal, Michael Ennis. Like, he should get a medal. Max Watson says, no, I definitely agree with your points. I guess I'm just saying, based on the second half of the season, they've played great despite it being against bottom teams. I'm super keen for the next few weeks. See, that's more of an expectation, though. Like, at the end of the day, it's similar to the Broncos versus the Rabbitohs yesterday. I think that the Panther situation is more of a 8-week thought process of what the Broncos win over the Rabbitohs win last night, 60-14. Because the Broncos winning 60-14 is a great result on a pure points level. It's massive. But there is still concerns about, like, the fact that who they just played, and there is massive context behind that game. I think that the Panthers situation is across 8 weeks, but the exact same thing as that game last night for the Broncos. Do you understand my comparison there? So Panthers now will be 22 metres out of the line, third tackle. Bread Pudding says, who do you see as Manly's halves pair when DCE leaves? They signed Jamal Fogarty, no? Jamal Fogarty's there next year. Fourth tackle here at the 13. It'll be Jamal Fogarty and Luke Brooks. So Mitch Kenny, he'll give it out to Isaiah Yeo, Nathan Cleary, and that's bad defense from BK. That's bad defense from BK, unfortunately. He comes inside, and it's just a massive hole. That is on BK, that one. That defense is massively on BK. He's had a really good game so far, but that just unfortunately wasn't the play there from Brian Kelly. He comes inside, and his winger is completely out there on his own. There's a 2-on-1. Edwards just walks it over. Now, look at this again. BK's well in. He gets faked off by the Isaac Tungo, and then Edwards just has a literal walk to the line. That's unfortunately on Brian Kelly, that. Yeah, Mick Ennis is actually right about that. He just can't hold his nerve any longer, and it's poor because you can't blame Philip Sammy. And you know what? What we've just seen there, guys, okay, here's a really big key point to make. So all the Warriors fans complain about Dylan Watani-Zelezniak, or all fans in general who complain about wingers coming in off their line, well, this is the prime example of what happens when the winger doesn't come in off their line. So Brian Kelly is at fault here because he comes inside, which means Phil Sami has the decision to come inside to make the tackle there on Dylan Edwards, which would leave his wing completely open, or he stays on his winger like people suggest and defend the winger, and then Dylan Edwards scores an easy try on the inside. So when you go to complain and criticise about a winger, please understand that situation just then is what happens when they do exactly as you say, because that was a very easy try there for Dylan Edwards based off of the centre coming inside and the winger staying on his wing, and Dylan Edwards scores an easy try. So that is a prime example of what Sean Johnson was talking about in his podcast, what I've been talking about here for a few weeks, right there as a prime example. So 11 minutes to go to the first half. It's 10-0 to the Panthers with a kick to come. Someone says, any chance the Dragons cause an upset against the Raiders? I think the Raiders are due a loss. I don't think that they win the I don't know. I might tip them. I think the Raiders are due a loss. I just don't know if the Dragons are the ones to do it. But the Raiders are due a loss. So Nathan Cleary here into the sun. He will get the kick. Get the kick. 12-0 to the Panthers. 10 minutes to go here of the first half, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. I've been happy with the Titans for the most part, but unfortunately, they just haven't had the ability to score, and the Panthers have been able to crunch them when they've come up here on the other end. Yeah, you can't hand it on Kieran Foran or Bo Firma there. You've got to be looking at BK. Someone says BK got to be due to go to Catalan at some point. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on. I don't know what happens with BK. Like, he's had a really good game that side of that. The first 25 minutes, BK has been great, but that was poor. Brett the Tenses Raiders don't look like losing, playing great rugby league. I'm going to have to disagree with you. At half-time of most games, the Raiders do really struggle, but they come home strong in the second half, which is a part of the game plan, obviously. But at the end of the day, they were losing at halftime to the Knights. They won the game. They were struggling against the Eels at halftime, but they did win the game. The Dragons game was extremely close. The Knights game was extremely close. The Tigers game was extremely close. The Rabbitohs game was a bit more of a blowout there. The Roosters game was extremely close. The Warriors game was extremely close. So at the end of the day, like, the Raiders are playing the best footy in the competition, and they are scoring points in second halves, but their first halves aren't fantastic, and it's not like their results have been against big teams. Knights, Eels, Dragons, Knights, Tigers, Rabbitohs. In their last six games, Panthers are going to get the ball. And that is the Titans. And that, my friends, is the Gold Coast Titans there. That was bad. That was really bad. Oh no, Brendan, we've been complaining about the entire time. I really hope you're watching this on mute because Ennis on comms is glazing everything Penrith do is sickening. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. I've been saying that. We've been talking about this, Brendan. But it's 16 of the Panthers. It's a bad mistake there from the Titans, and bad mistake there from the old Titans. Panthers just kick that ball down to the centre, and AJ Brimson will not get the ball, and it goes straight to Blaze Talangi, and Blaze Talangi will score under the post. So 16-0 here with a kick to come. 9.5 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. So yeah, to go back onto the Raiders, Knights, bottom four, Eels, bottom four, Dragons, just outside the bottom four, but only 2 points away from the equal spoon. The Knights, again, bottom four, Tigers, bottom four, or they're fifth last, but they're only 2 points away from the spoon. Rabbitohs last, so let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see on the Raiders. But I do think they're playing some good footy. But they haven't been confident in first halves recently. And the Dragons are a very topsy-turvy team. And this is literally do or die for the Dragons. They lose today and it's completely game over for them this season. Even though I think it's game over for them anyway. Brett Pudding says, any change with the Panthers team? No. No, they have not. Benjamin says you should switch the scoreboard around. Nah, we're sweet, man. We understand what the Titans are. Like, at the end of the day, I'm going to support my team because I'm loyal as hell. But, this club has got problems. And we said this last week. Like, yeah, sure, we win against the Warriors, and it's good to feel happy for once. But at the end of the day, this club needs a complete turnaround in regards to a lot of aspects of the club. And they were good in the first 25 minutes of this game, still losing, but they were giving it a red hot crack. That's a bad mistake there from the Gold Coast, and they're already down 18-0. And the Panthers haven't really done anything spectacular today. They really haven't done anything spectacular today. However, they are clearly in the lead.
Neto, I'm not too really sure why you keep trying to have a crack here, realistically. Like, at the end of the day, you were predicted to win this game 13 plus. I predicted you to win this game 13 plus. I'm pretty sure, I haven't seen you on this channel before, so you definitely weren't here when your team was coming second last. And I'm sure as shit you probably weren't here when your team was a struggling team throughout the 2010s. At the end of the day, I'm aware of where the Titans are at, and I'm aware the Panthers are going to win this game. We've said this from the start. We haven't been under any illusion that the Panthers are going to lose this game. So I understand you're trying to get a rage back going here, but it's just really not necessary, to be completely honest with you, because one, we've never seen you here when your team's not doing well, and secondly, we understand the Titans are not a good team. So third tackle now for the Panthers at the 33. Mitchell says that's a disgusting comment, Seb, or what did he say? Anderson Blocker would be a great commentary duo. No, you deserved the timeout. You deserved the timeout. You deserved the timeout for that one, Seb. You're lucky it's only a minute, not 5 minutes. So fit tackle now at the halfway point. No, I just don't understand it. You know, Seb says, "Are you Mick Ennis to Neto?" I just don't like get it. At the end of the day, like if I had come in and predicted the Titans to win, or I thought that the Titans were going to slap them or something, and then this happened, then sure, you know, slap away. But it's like, do you feel fantastic about? do you feel unbelievable about slapping into the Titans when you're a Panthers fan who's won 4 premierships in a row? You're really dropping down a few levels. You're really dropping down a few levels. Nettis is up the riff. Yeah, no, yeah, we know, we got that one, buddy. We know you have the IQ of an absolute buddy specimen, but you know, up the riff, good around you. Samuel Hannon says Galvin to score against the Tigers tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. So fifth tackle now for the Titans at the halfway point. 7 minutes to go the first half. Not too disappointed with their performance though. Just the last 5-10 minutes has been a bit more on the rougher end. More so, probably around the 5 minutes. Again, I didn't mind the first 25 minutes from the Gold Coast. First tackle at the 25. Oh, wow. Yeah, wow. Mick Ennis actually said a positive on the Titans, and he goes, just as I said they haven't been that bad, Mick Ennis and Voss both just said they haven't been that bad, and it's true. They haven't been that bad. It's just, unfortunately, they kind of thrown it away in a pretty critical time, just before half-time here, with a couple of tries that have taken it away a bit more. Second, now third tackle here for the Panthers at the 35 on their own side of the field. I hope that Dogs and Tigers game is good tomorrow. Fourth tackle, because there's 2 games here today that realistically shouldn't be good games. They realistically shouldn't be good games. But the Manly Roosters game should be great. Regan says Titans started like the Tigers did last week against Penrith. That's what I was saying before. I said this. I said the first 20-30 minutes of the Tigers-Panthers game last week, the Tigers were probably the better team, and the Panthers just kind of put it away just before half-time. Very controversial try call for the Panthers down that left wing. There was definitely a forward pass from Nathan Cleary, but at the end of the day, it went through, and the Panthers put them to bed in the second half, and I could definitely see something similar in this one. It's just, as apparently the Titans will take that. We will take that at the 35. But no, I was mentioning this before, that it's been a very similar game to how that Tigers-Panthers game worked out last week. Largan says, collect the Seno checks, collect your teeth, the Panthers fans are ready to eat. Seno says, do the Titans have any new recruits next season? No. The Titans are in a complete reshuffle of the organisation at the moment. Not that the organisation's actually really done anything just yet. Because I'm sure the accountability is still probably not there until proven otherwise. That's why, as much as I would hate to win the spoon, it's kind of nearly a necessity at some point as well, because it would really kick the boot into the organisation to make sure change happens. And I know a lot of the boys agree. I'm never going to say names, but I know a lot of the boys agree. You can take that for what it is. So third tackle now at the 20. Kieran Foran gives it off to Regan Campbell-Gillard. Everyone at this club should agree. But unfortunately, they'll still probably up the membership prices like the little bitches they are. Fourth tackle now, 9 metres out. Sam Verrills gives up to Kieran Foran. Foran short ball. Bowie Firma! So close. 2 metres short, fit tackle. Fit tackle, 2 metres short of the Gold Coast. That's played out there by the Panthers, but they will get the ball, and Nathan Cleary will be 1 metre out from the line. First tackle. Blake says, do you think that Jaden Campbell is the future halfback for the Titans? 1 second. Brian Toto down the wing at the 15. The 20. Good run. Good bad defense. And Brian Toto still going here at the 35. Gets the offload to Dylan Edwards. That was a great run from Brian Toto. Poor defense from the Titans. And now second tackle at the 40. They had a 39-metre run. Blake, last week I said that I don't know because I thought Zane Harrison was what this club was planning to do long-term in the halfback. But Jaden Campbell on his day can have some very good games in the halfback. I could possibly see them shifting JC eventually into the 6 and then Zane Harrison to the 7 when he's ready. That's a lost ball for the Panthers. The Titans ball at 30. So it's a difficult one because we don't know what the Titans' direction is right now. We don't know if Des is going to stay on. We don't know if he's going. We don't know what players are going to be here, what players are going to the Perth Bears, or Jake Bullawinkie might even go to the Papua New Guinean team. There's the organisation. We don't know who's going to be here at the top and who's going to be in the middle. What are the Frizzels going to do now with 100% ownership? And again, what is the direction of the club? So I would love JC to stay, and sure, he can be the halfback, but I know that they are desperate to develop Zane Harrison into being the guy. So that's the thing that really gets confusing. But we won't know shit about the Titans until this offseason to see if this organisation actually does what they say they're going to do and put a kicker into the team. Acidics Ankles says, if the Panthers win the comp this year after being in last position halfway through, I think I might start watching bowling. I think everyone's on that wavelength. And 6 again, and Jacob Bullawinkie knocks the ball on. And Panthers are away. Oh boy. That's going to be a try there for the Panthers after a mistake from the Titans on a 6 again. Jacob Bullawinkie knocks the ball on, and the Panthers are going to score through Casey McLean. We literally just received a 6 again and then knocked the ball on. So, unfortunately, the Titans, all their good work in the first 25 minutes has just been thrown away from 3 mistakes in the last 3 tries. 3 mistakes in the last 3 tries, unfortunately. And the Panthers haven't even done anything spectacular today. It's just that they are the better team, and the Titans are, in the dumps. Tried to warn people after that Warriors game last week. Like, don't let the organisation off. People have this weird thing at the Gold Coast, right? And this is with most organisations and most sporting teams. It's like when you get you can win 10, so you can lose 10 games in a row, and then you win 1 game, and then everyone's like, oh no, we've actually got a team here, we're going to do something good. And it's like, no, we're not going to do something good. We still lost those 10 games in a row coming into it. Yeah, we got that 1 win, but at the end of the day, you're still just not a great team. So, they are looking at this closely, apparently. Oh, that's actually going to be a knock-on from Panthers for a second. So it will be Panthers ball to 50, but there is a double knock-on. Tutsy says, well, Titans go for Pessett. They need to go for somebody. But at the end of the day, the North Sydney, or the Perth Bears and the Papua New Guinea Hunters, or whatever they're going to call them, will have a free cap space and can go for anyone they want. So this is going to be a double knock-on. So the Titans won't get punished, but it will be Panthers ball here at the halfway point. Definitely a knock-on there from Luke Garner. So that's that's called a knock-on every day of the week, Casey. Casey, that is called a knock-on every... Well, if you're looking at it like that, it actually does go backwards. It goes... That's weird how that kind of happens, because it's going forward and then just spins backwards. Yeah, the T... Like, that it must be just like the wind bring it back. This should be called backwards. Yeah. Well, I don't always travel backwards, but it does just like spin backwards. That was really strange. That's really strange. Because it is a try. It's a fine try. The ball goes up and it was looking like it was going forward every day of the week, but then like spun itself backwards and goes backwards. So, Casey, why did you have to go to the bunker for that? Casey Badger, you were the one who decided to go to the bunker for that. You were the one who questioned the call. You were the one who questioned it. We wouldn't have gone to the bunker if you didn't question it, but then via what we just saw, like that was clearly a try. Mo says, oh mate, rough outing, but what can you expect with the injuries? No, this isn't injuries, bro. This is the Titans. Let's be honest. I'm sorry, but like, let's be honest here. It's not. This is not a loss, and it's not. Every team has got injuries. Every team. We're just simply not good enough. Skuggle says, I guess we had advantage from the penalty set restart. Well, in that situation, they usually do call that play on. They usually do. In that part of the field, that is usually what happens. That is usually what happens. So I understand what you're saying, but what they call just then of the play on is usually kind of what happens. So 24-0, the Panthers, a minute to go of the first half. Aidan says, how does the 40-20 rule work? You kick it from within the 40, and it goes out past the 20. What do the Titans even do player-wise? Is coming off season, they need to resolve Dave for a start. I don't think Dave stays. I think Dave goes. I saw a rumour that he's going to the Rabbitohs. They need players as well, to be fair. I think it's time for him to get a fresh restart. I think that is a necessity for his career, and I think it's a necessity for the Titans to let him go. I don't necessarily believe Des wanted him to stay when he did stay. But yeah, I think it's time for him to go. It'll be interesting to see kind of what they do in terms of the halves. And in terms of what they do with the forwards too, I think they'll keep. I think Jimmy will stay. I think Tina will stay. I think Chrissy Randall will stay. I know Bo Firma's looking elsewhere, but that could also just be to bump up his contract. We'll see. Largan says, just had a look. There are no injuries in the Panthers top 30. This is a full-strength team. Yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, this result is probably similar, even with a full-strength Titans team. Third tackle now for the Panthers at the 28. Because there has to come a point where you don't just look at injuries. Like, whether we have a full-strength team or not, we still came fourth last year, 3 years in a row, and we're currently in second last. And if we lose by 26 more points without scoring, then we are in last today, mind you. So that's going to be Isaac Tungo. He kicks that ball back onto the inside, where luckily Josh Patson will get the ball at the 10. 7 seconds to go in the first half. Loggy says, I was shocked that the Titans didn't try for Fogarty again. Would have been a great signing. Titans and Fogarty don't like each other because Fogarty was not good in a lot of situation, and Titans also made a mistake. But please don't think that Fogarty was anywhere near innocent for that situation that unfolded. But it is half-time here. Panthers at 24-0. Titans were pretty good for the first 25 minutes, but they just kind of fell apart in that last 15. Very similar game to how that Tigers and Panthers game was last week, where it was 2-0 Tigers early, and then the Panthers just went out to a 36-2 win in the end. It's getting a bit nerve-wracking if you're a Titans fan, because if they lose this game by 50 points, they will go below the Rabbitohs. They do play the Rabbitohs next week, though, so we'll see in regards to that one. But at the end of the day, look, the best thing for the Titans at the moment is to not let the organisation off the hook. So as much as it does suck to see, this just is what it is, man. But I hope they play a bit better in the second half. That was just a really poor finish, that last 15. But guys, obviously hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new around here. I'm not getting into the Fogarty situation. I have no interest in talking about that contract situation with the Titans. But yeah, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Let's get into the stats. So 57% possession here for the Panthers, 43% for the Titans. So Panthers with a lot more of the ball. Titans making a few mistakes that give them the ball there. Time possession is 16:32 for the Panthers and 12.5 minutes there for the Titans. The completion rate is 88% for the Panthers. Very good at 24 from 27. And the Titans are at 80% themselves at 16 from 20. So both teams above the 80% marker. You're not complaining about that from both teams. So it's not like the Titans are doing too badly on the completion rate. They are at a solid rate. Then we go to the runs-wise. 97 for the Panthers, now 98 for the Panthers and 81 for the Titans. These will update halftime. It is a guide, but there is a clear difference here. There is a very, very clear difference here. 98 runs for the Panthers, 933 run meters, whilst the Titans are at 81 runs and 682 run meters. So they are well under the 10 meters on average per run marker for the Titans, and the Panthers are still under the 10 meters on average, but they're not too far off it. They're still probably about the 8.59 meters or so per run, which is still very, very good there. If you try to give the Titans on a basic metric of 10 meters on average per run, they're still well behind. So 17 runs the gap, 170 meters, 682, 782, 850. They're still down by 80 meters, and that is based off of the basic metric of 10 meters on average per run. So the Titans are not doing well in the middle of the field. They're not getting a great deal of run meters. Post-contact, though, is 278 for the Panthers, 243 for the Titans. Probably a good marker there for the Titans, actually, because being down now by 20 runs, and they're only down by about 35 post-contact meters, you probably would give the advantage there to the Titans, but that's a very difficult metric to read, but you probably lean the Titans on the post-contact if you equate it. Line breaks is 2-1 Panthers. Tackle breaks is actually 13-11 to the Titans, and it's actually quite funny that's the case, because Brian To'o himself actually broke like 5 tackles on one individual play. So that means that overall in the first half, besides that one individual play, the Titans actually only missed 6 tackles, so they've been doing really well in that regards. But overall, it's still 13 tackle breaks to 11, which is good defense of both teams, regardless of what the score suggests. But if you're watching the game, you know that the tries for the Panthers are coming off of the back of mistakes from the Titans. Jacob Adewinki knocked the ball on into Casey McLean to score, and AJ Brimson knocked the ball on directly into Blaze Salungi to score, So unfortunately, the mistakes from the Titans have gifted 2 free tries there for the Panthers, and that's why you're seeing that it's not necessarily down to the defense here from the Titans. It's their own mistakes and errors that are immediately impacted and slapped up with the try to the Panthers. Now, the average set distance, 25 and under, you stop the stream. 25 to 30 is disgusting. 30 to 35 is underwhelming. 35 to 40 is average and expected. 40 to 45 is great. 45 to 50 is fantastic. And 50 plus is basically perfect. The Titans are sitting at 32.1, so that's around the mid-range of an underwhelming category. They're not really making a great deal of meters. Their average sets are not hitting the marker of 35. It's disappointing. And then for the Panthers, they're at 35.52, which is very on the bottom side of expected. They're not actually doing a great deal themselves. They're at least hitting the 35 meters marker at 35.52, but they're very close to going into the underwhelming. And this is showing to you the Titans as a collective, for the most part, have actually been pretty good here today. But the issue is the individual lapses, and the individual lapses that have cost them their tries, because the average set distance is actually quite close. The Panthers aren't dominating in regards to getting a ridiculous amount of meters. It's only a 3 meter gap between the Titans and Panthers. At least the Panthers are in the expected area, though. Now, the average play the ball speed is a big telling point here. 3.55 seconds for the Titans and 3.07 seconds there for the Panthers. That's extremely fast for Penrith. 3.07 seconds is extremely fast, whilst 3.55 is getting towards the slower end of the scale for the Titans. So fast play the ball for the Panthers, not fast play the ball for the Titans. Now, the offloads is 4-1 Titans way. You go down to the forced dropouts, it's 2-0 Panthers, but the Titans have actually come out the better from 2 of those as well, which has been crazy. The kick defusal percentage is 80% for the Titans, 67% there for the Panthers. And then we move down to the effective tackle percentage, and this is telling you what I'm saying. As a whole, the Titans actually haven't been bad here, despite the scoreline. It is off of their individual lapses on attack. It's off their individual lapses, which is crazy. 94% on effective tackle percentage for the Titans is incredible. Anything from 88% to 90% is the marker. 90% and above is incredible. 85 to 88% is disappointing, and 85% and below is ridiculous, ridiculously bad. The Titans are at 94%, and the Panthers are at 89.95%. So the Panthers aren't actually getting to the 90% marker, whilst the Titans, they're at 93.98% now. So on a collective effective tackle percentage, the Titans are actually defending very, very well here. But you do see that BK rush out of the line, coming into the centre, Sammy Sang on his wing, and Dylan Edwards coming through in the middle for an easy try. You see those 2 knock-ons that go directly into the Panthers for a try. 93.95% with 233 tackles made, 13 missed tackles, and 2 ineffective. That's not a bad stat. It just isn't a bad stat there for the Titans at 15 bad tackles with 233 tackles made. That is huge. That is a massive. That's really, really good. The average missed tackles is around the 15 through 17 mark at a half time. Titans are under that with 13, and the ineffectives are very limited in just 2. So as a collective, the Titans have not been bad defensively today. And then you look at the Panthers at 89.39%. They're at 177 tackles made for 14 missed tackles and 7 ineffective. That's 21 bad tackles. So 21 compared to the 15. The Panthers are just on the borderline of an average missed tackles count, just underneath it, but the ineffective tackles are bringing it up with the 7, which is why they're down at the 89.39%, but that's still very, very good. So both teams have been defending quite well here today. They're both missing the same amount of tackles. The Titans are limiting the ineffective tackles, but it's just disappointing that the individual lapses is what's costing the Titans here today. Now you go to the negative play. 6 errors from the Titans tells you a lot compared to the 3 for the Panthers. 6 is on the pretty much average area. 7 and above is bad. 6 is on the average area alongside 5, whilst 3, anything under 4 is very good. So the Panthers are limiting a really good amount of errors, whilst the Titans are at that average section of the 5-6 area. Penalties conceded is 2-1 against the Panthers, 2-2 on ruck infringements, and 1-0 inside 10 metres for the Titans. So these stats here, the Panthers are making a lot more metres. You can understand that. The post-contact metres is actually probably slightly advantage to the Titans if you equate it, but they are down by about 50 off its pure metric. Both defenses are great. Titans defense has actually been better on a defensive effective tackle percentage marker. Panthers have put themselves up to a 39.3 on the average set distance. But the point of the matter is that the Titans aren't actually playing that badly as a team. It's just as individuals, they are making mistakes. AJ Brimson dropping the ball directly into Blaze Salungi. That is a try for the Panthers. And then Jacob Alaquinki dropping the ball directly into Case McLean, and he scores a try right there. Without those 2 knock-ons, it's a 12-0 ball game. And you could even argue the first try, obviously, with the with the apparent stripping action of Bo Firma. It's disappointing, dude, but this is the Gold Coast, and this is kind of what happens. They've just got to really hope that they don't concede another 26 more points without scoring a try, otherwise they will go into last today, and then that brings that game next week between the Titans and the Rabbitohs into like even more important. It would make it even more important there, but yeah, disappointing so far. Logan says, I was shocked that the Titans didn't try. I've already read that comment. Texas says, ANZ game for Waz are in Wellington. You're going to be... Oh, Anzac game. What? Anzac game for the Waz in Wellington? Anzac Day was months ago. What are you talking about? And also, we didn't play on Anzac Day against you guys. What? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Texas? Max Morton says Scott Sorensen injured, pretty sure. Bread Pudding says, besides all the crap going on with the Titans management and coaching, are there any potential new players signings for the club? We kind of spoke about that before. Not really, mate. Not really. They should be really a lot more focused internally at this club. But they'll just choose to blame probably a YouTuber instead. Praise to one says Jaden Campbell has a big boot on him, massive dropouts. No, he's been great in that category. He's been fantastic in that category. Fantastic. But, yeah, we're just always in this situation, dude. Always in this situation. Sean Jameson's interesting first half. Yeah, it is interesting because the Titans haven't been bad, and yet they're still down 24-0. Definitely is interesting right now, but, we're always here. Always here, man. And like I said, the best case scenario for telling the organisation that they're dog shit is for them to come last. You don't want it. You don't want a spoon on your books, but like it really is. It really is. They need to really rectify themselves internally. And they can't rely upon one win against the Warriors and think that everything's hunky-dory. Like I spoke about my Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I post after most games and talk about the games at the end of the day and whatnot separately to YouTube on the stories. So go follow there. It's in the pinned comment. But, this club has a tendency where people will choose to 100% lock in on a win and then focus on that to provide positivity. And I understand that I used to do this too, where you would try and force the positivity belief to continue the momentum as a club. And it's like, whilst I get your intentions are pure and I get your intentions are good, it doesn't actually work out because it takes the accountability away from the organisation. It takes accountability away from players. It takes accountability away from what we're doing as a club. And that's why I wish I had have gone about things a little bit differently in the past, for sure, where I would just defend regardless of the outcome, just to try and, ensure the solidity as a fan base. But, this is... people are complaining about Casey Badger. They're complaining about Casey Badger's call. But anyway, the point that I was making was that I did try to say focus in on the win and be happy for the win last week, but also realise the organisation still has problems regardless of a win. Brad says, do you think if the bunker rules on something that was not challenged, but it favours the challenging team, should they retain their challenge or ruled successful? Bunker rules on something that was not challenged, but it favours the challenging team. Should they retain their challenge or ruled successful? I think that at the end of the day, if you're getting the correct call, who cares how it is the correct call? If it's the correct call, it's the correct call. So it's like, I understand what you're saying. Say that they challenge for a knock on and say they didn't knock it on, and then it gets proved. It gets proved that it's a knock on, but previously to the play, there's a penalty that actually gives the team who knocked it on the ball because the penalty happened first. Then ultimately you challenged that. You didn't challenge the offside, and you're saying that maybe, I don't know if you're suggesting that team shouldn't receive that penalty because that's not what they challenged. But it's like, if you're making the right call, I don't care how you get to it, just make the right call. Do you understand what I'm saying? Brent says, happy that we re-signed Gagai for another year. Not happy it took this long. The club took so long to lack leadership in the playing group. The Knights they've got their own issues for sure. I really hope they're not planning to play Dylan Brown in that 7, because I'm still getting word that they're playing Dylan Brown in that 7. I'm still seeing everything everywhere saying that Dylan Brown is going to be the halfback, and it makes no sense. He's not a halfback. He's a 5'8". You still need a halfback. I don't know who's going to be the halfback, and if it is Dylan Brown, I'm scared for you. I'm scared for you because Dylan Brown has not been a halfback ever. When he plays halfback for the Eels, he has not been good there. He is not a leading half. He is a floater. He's a 5'8", and he's very good at being a 5'8" floater. But yeah, the Knights are in a lot of problems themselves. Titans, we all know their problems. The Tigers are trying to build out of it, but they've still got issues. The Rabbitohs, I wouldn't say that they're necessarily organisationally in a bad situation, but I would say that in regards to their staff and the health and conditioning, there's a massive problem. And I would say that majority of this year is obviously just purely down to the injuries. Blake says, what do you think it would take for the Broncos to win the grand final this year? A lot, dude. A lot. They're still an error-ridden team. Last night was a good start in regards to getting some attacking fluidity into the team and winning 60-14. So it's a positive that they won that game. They were expected to win that game by 40, 50 plus. Rabbitohs, New South Wales Cup team, right? But the Broncos still, every week, make a ridiculous amount of errors. That first 20 minutes to 40 minutes last night, a better team would have put a score past them in the first half, and then it would have been a chasing game from the Broncos, and I don't know if they would have done it. But last night was absolutely expected. We need to see them win at least one of the two games against the Storm, but the worrying thing about making that statement is that they could lose the first game against the Storm this week, coming up, and then in 5 weeks' time they play the Storm again in round 27, but it's like, based off of that statement, I'm assuming that the Storm are full strength both times, but they're not actually, because Jerome Hughes is out anyway. But round 27, the Storm do tend to rest all their players unless they're playing for something, so then I don't really want to come out and say that statement if they need to win one of the two, because realistically, I feel like they just need to win this week. If they win the next week against the Storm, then you can definitely bring it into consideration. But the Storm haven't been perfect lately, and Jerome Hughes is a big loss for them. So, look, I still think the Broncos are a bit away. I think there's better teams. But on their day, the Broncos can be good, and on their day, the Broncos can be shit. And a lot of the time, in the recent weeks, they've been pretty poor, but still winning games. Pretty poor, but still winning games. So they just need to, start proving it against some big-time teams, because yesterday doesn't prove anything. David says, halfback for the Knights, Reggies. Get around it. Brown can't be any worse at halfback than Galvin. Thank you, Mitchell. It's a generational Tigers and Galvin hater there. But all right, the second half has started here, guys. The Titans kick it off to the Panthers, and it will be Dylan Edwards to Liam Henry, who gets this ball out here to the 20 on first tackle. So to really wrap up that first half, Titans weren't as bad as the scoreline suggests, but it was the individual lapses that kind of allowed the Panthers to blow it out. But they just need to not lose this game by 50 points or more, otherwise they go on the last. Adrian says, agree with me, rest clear on the 60th, 70th minute, not worth it. No, I completely disagree with you. You can't play rugby scared. You can't play sports scared. That's playing sports scared. Like, sure, if you want to do that, like, I don't understand the point of it, though, because at the end of the day, you want the player playing fit and healthy across an 80-minute stanza. At the end of the day, you want to keep his consistency going. You want him to play the full 80 so that he gets the full amount of reps in. We are still 6 weeks away from finals, dude. Like, if you're talking the last 2 weeks, like, if you're talking around 26, around 27, then sure, and Titans have started off with a bang, knock on. And Titans have started off with the first tackle being a knock-on. So welcome to the Gold Coast. Oh, why the fuck are you laughing, Phil? Why are you laughing at that? Why is Phil Sami laughing at that? Like, I hate to see that shit. Like, it isn't funny. Even if you've got something wet in your hands, like, it's not funny, dude. It's just not funny that he's dude, and I love Phil. Like, he's a good bloke. And I hate to roast him for that, but why are you laughing? Oh, dude, that frustrates the living shit out of me, that. Oh, man. 10 minutes not worth it, I want a 5, Pete. Yeah, but that's great. That's not how sport works, though, man. You don't just rest a player every single week in the last 10 minutes because you're up by a big margin. Like, the NBA, sure, but the NBA is a very different sport to this. At the end of the day, they're not going to do it. If they do it, it's not going to be every single week. And I've seen you suggest this before. And if it's the last, like, he's going to get a full round 27 off. Like, he's going to get round 27 off. Nathan Cleary will not play round 27. You can't play rugby league scared. You can't do it. Like, I get the point you're trying to make, but I completely disagree with doing that. I think that is completely against the game, and I think that's against the point of why we actually play this sport as well. Panthers out of the right-hand side, and Brian Chotwell's going to be 5 metres out, everyone on the line. No, it's going to be a 4 pass. Bretton says, we have a young fella coming up, Copper Vitana, that looks promising. The halves. Storm bought his brother, Connor, who's a fullback. Could see in the first fate. Well, there you go. So 37 minutes to go. I need to see this youngster. Dasmate says, I want a 5, Pete, acting like 4 isn't enough. No, I think his comment is valid in regards to wanting a 5-peat. I just think that it's pretty dog shit to arrest a player in the last 10 minutes of a game. It's actually super disrespectful too, but it's also just there's just no real point to it. Like, there really isn't. There really isn't. Like, he's trying to prevent injury. I'm aware of that, but it defeats the whole purpose of playing the sport. It's like, that's very... No, it's not. I wouldn't be doing that anyway. In the last 2 rounds of the season, sure. I wouldn't be doing that with 6 rounds to go. Charles is when his top 4 decided at the end of the regular season. Like, everyone's position is decided at the end of the season. There's still 6 rounds to go. So out to the right-hand side now, Kieran Foran, third tackle here at the 30, and Jaden Campbell's going to bring out to the 35. Don't forget, guys, we'll be live with the Dragons versus the Raiders after this, and then we'll also got the big game between Manly and the Roosters later on tonight. Says, do you think Brian Tuttle will score? Do you think Jaden Campbell will score? So fifth tackle here at the 40. Desmond says, isn't Cooper like 17? I swear I saw him playing Howard Matts for the Knights earlier this year. Maybe. I don't know who he's talking about, but probably. He'll be third behind Sewer. Well, Sewer will be far longer if that's who you're referring to. He is, he's second behind... the mum and puppy, if you talk about the fullback of the Storm. Second tackle now for the Panthers will be at the 40. Second tackle, and then Henry will get it across to Brian Toto off to Nathan Cleary. I think that's been touched by the Titans. It should be probably a 6 again. No, it's going to be a knock on. No, it's going to be a knock on Panthers. They're going to say the Titans didn't touch that. Okay. They're going to say the Titans didn't touch that. It was just a tackle that forced the ball out the back. Well, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right, well, Titans have got an attacking opportunity here with 35 minutes to go here in the game. It must have just been, the hit from BK, which rocked the body back for Nathan Cleary, which, forced the knock on in the end for the Panthers. Ibrahim says, take what you can get at this point. Absolutely. Again, the Titans haven't been bad today on a collective level. It's just on an individual level they've made mistakes. So Jacob Alaquinki will be 30 metres out from the line, first tackle. First tackle, 30 metres out. Sam Verrills, he'll go to Regan Campbell-Gillard, and he's going to be 20 metres away from the line, second tackle. They give it up to Sam Verrills. Then he goes to Kieran Foran. Foran then to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell to AJ Brimson, and Brimo is going to be 22 metres out from the line, third tackle. Now, Jojo Fafita off to Jaden Campbell at 25. Come on, lads. Get a little bit of energy into this set, man. Like, get a little bit of energy into these runs. Good post contact there from Josh Paxton. Now, Sam Verrills off to Kieran Foran. Foran underneath to Regan Campbell-Gillard. Jeez, he's been poor this season, Regan. Now, fifth tackle, 10 metres away from the line. Poor set so far, but at least they're at the 10. Come on, get a good kick away here. Jaden Campbell into the air. Probably not high enough, but that's going to be a drop ball from the Panthers. Now it's going to be a penalty to the Titans. Going to be a penalty to the Titans after the Panthers shot the ball into another player, and it'll be Titans ball. Yeah, not a lot happening there for Gold Coast, man. That wasn't a great attacking set, but at least we get the ball back. 10 metres out. Come on, Titans. Just get something on the board. Get something on the board. Don't let us go into last place today, man. Even though it's probably the best for this organisation to come into last today. Please don't go into last today. For the fans' sake. Now, Mwaki Fodawaker, he's going to be 4 metres out from the line. Second tackle. 33 minutes to go now of the game. It's going to be Sam Verrills. 6 again. Jaden Campbell. JC just stopped. 10 metres out. First tackle. Just get something going here, Gold Coast. Get a little bit of something. Sam Verrills to Regan Campbell-Gillard, and he's going to be just taken down on a 1-up at 5 metres out. Second tackle, 7 minutes into the second half. Sam Verrills out to Kieran Foran. Foran at the 10, gives it off to AJ Brimson. Brimo out of the top here. Let's go, Sammy. Let's go, Phil Sammy. He will score a try in the corner, and we'll take a try. We'll take a try. At least it makes up for him laughing about dropping the ball early on in this second half. But it is 24-4 here with a kick to come. 24-4 with a kick to come. We'll take it. Difficult kick here from the sideline. It's a really nice pass there from AJ Brimson, actually. It was just a little bit of a floater over the top. Oh, that's a high tackle too. Oh, he's gone out. But this is definitely going to be a penalty for the Titans. That's definitely a high tackle. Shut your mouth, McInnes. Is that enough to be a penalty? You are very well aware that's enough to be a penalty. He's come into contact with his head. What are you talking about? Is that enough to be a penalty, Michael Ennis? So Phil Summy puts his foot over the sideline. So it's not going to be a try, but it definitely is a high contact. What? How has that been cleared up to this point? How has that been cleared up to this point? What, Casey? Casey's just cleared the contact. Yeah, the commentary's ripping into this. How on earth have you cleared the head contact? You can't be serious. Kieran Foran's coming into the referee here. You can't be serious. You can't be serious, Casey. Oh, it's going to be a penalty. Casey's fucked, bro. Casey's ridiculous. The fact that there was nothing called, I'm pretty certain the referee on field has made this judgment based off of what you've seen on the video. Casey Badger hasn't called shit there. That's a disgrace from Casey Badger. You have clearly seen Brian To'o. Everyone's complaining about it. We're all sitting, commentary. Mick Ennis at first was saying, is it enough? And then he saw it and he's like, wow, that's bad. Everyone's saying how bad that was. Casey Badger decides to clear the play, and she hasn't been the one to call this as a penalty. It's been the on-field referee who has called as a penalty. Casey Badger is a disgrace to rugby league. She really is a disgrace to rugby league. You cannot defend her for that. You just simply cannot defend that. You've seen him come completely in contact. Thankfully, the referee on field has a brain. Thankfully, he has a brain. First tackle here. Liam Kennedy, at the very least, has been able to make the right call just then. Casey Badger is a horror show, dude. Jaden Campbell, second tackle. He's going to be 3 meters out from the line. That's bullshit. I can't believe she's done that. Like, that is out of this world. Sam Verrills, he'll go left-hand side to Mikey Fodawaker off to Kieran Foran. Foran at the back now to AJ Brimson. Brimson, short ball to BK. Nice work. Let's go, BK. Fuck you, Casey Badger. Try time for the Titans. Oh, dude, she's a knob, eh? Dead set. So it's going to be try time for the Titans. Brian Kelly will score 24-4 here with the kick to come. And it's like, at the end of the day, like, absolutely does Phil Summy put his foot over the sideline. There, like, 100% he puts his foot over the sideline. There is no problem with that decision there from Casey Badger. The problem is that she's not called a clear high tackle, and the on-field referee has had to watch the screen from 100 metres away and make the decision from 100 metres away. He even asked Casey, is there anything else to clear? Dead set. Ibrahim says, careful, Blaze, you might get called sexist. No, we'll complain about Ashley Klein. We'll complain about other referees when they deserve it. When they deserve it. It's got nothing to do with Casey Badger being a female. At the end of the day, it's got to do with the fact that that was an awful decision made by a human. Yes, so happens that she is a female, but all the male referees also make mistakes as well. But the thing is that unfortunately with Casey individually, people try to go on this woke brigade of saying that it is simply just the fact that she's a female. And it's like, that is simply not the case. She happens to be a female, but she happens to be absolutely wrong in a large majority of calls that the entire NRL community complains about frequently. It's nothing to do with the fact that she is a female. We will complain the same about Liam Kennedy if he makes mistakes. We'll complain the same about Ashley Klein, who makes mistakes very, very frequently as well. Jared Sutton's on the same wavelength. So no, it's got nothing to do with the fact that the person is a female. It's got to do with the fact that she's an awful, awful referee. The Dingo says, thank goodness he scored there. Casey's actually horrific. He was obviously out, but to not even check the high shot. Correct. This is what we're complaining about. So embarrassing that even the ref double-checked that because he knew. Absolutely. Lagan says, I just seen that the Dragons are really pushing their status as a retirement home, letting go Sione Finn out of the Raiders, but they want to keep people like Clemmer and Gula. That's weird. And Phil Summy has come off for a HIA. Just to prove the point to people who aren't necessarily watching this game, to prove the point, Phil Summy has come off for a HIA. He was down injured from the shot too, mind you. So 10 minutes into the second half here, 30 minutes to go of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. It's going to be a penalty to the Titans here. No? Is he calling a HIA for something? What's he calling? No, he just called this. It's not penalty Titans. It's just a HIA for Liam Henry. Everyone says, I know I was making a joke about it. Yeah, like throughout text, man, I've really got to make sure that people realise that that's not serious, because I know you would have thought you were making a joke, but at the end of the day, people can read that differently, so I need to reinforce the reply to that. Brendan says, I guarantee you any other winger in any other of the other 16 teams does that shot like Toa did, that all end up in the bin. Thank God the Titans scored the next set because that was bullshit. I know, it's crazy. Casey Badger is just awful, dude. Awful. Just awful. So Liam Henry will come from the field here. Praise to one says, reminds me of the new Link in Park Singer. I don't know what that is. Most people mad that she's female. Oh, Lincoln Park Singer. Okay. They was separated. Most people are mad that she's female. However, we aren't upset at the gender of the ref. It's the decision she makes. Absolutely. And that's why we say, like, if Ashley Klein makes a bad call, we will call it out for being a bad call. And he cops it a lot. Adam G's been copping it a bit this year. But I don't know why people have this fascination with it being about sex and gender. It's got nothing to do with sex and gender. It's got to do with the fact that the person is a muppet. So fit tackle now for the Titans at the halfway point. 29 minutes to go here of the game. And the frustration also comes from the fact that the NRL never, ever does anything about it. They just allow it to continue. And Dylan Edwards will be taken out in the 25. Max Walton says, I'd love to hear the explanation of how that was overseen. It was just a plain and simple high tackle. What possibly happened where it was overlooked? I know. The commentary went off about it. And the commentary was debating it before they saw it on like a slow-mo. And then when we all saw it on a slow-mo, the commentary was the same way as how we're acting now, just a little bit more PC. Third tackle now to 40. And Mick Ennis is a Penrith circle jerker. If he's going against the grain against Penrith, there's a problem. Fourth tackle now for the Panthers at the 45. On their own side of the field. Mitch Kenny off to Dylan Edwards. Well, again, at least we got that try. We'll move on from it now. But we also have criticism about the fact that Casey Badger called that as a strip earlier on in the game, which led to a Panthers try. But that's Casey Badger for you. So that goes up into the air, and the Titans will grab this ball at the 10. All right, so now we just need to not concede 32 more unanswered points to not go onto the spoon today. Titans second tackle at the 13. Lagging says, wonder if Casey Badger ever played rugby league or at least had refereeing experience before the NRL, because it seems like they found her off the street and gives participation awards to her. Think about her last name. Third tackle now at the 15. So Sam Verrills will go to Josh Patson, and Patson brings out the 20 on fourth tackle. Jay says she did a 6-week TAFE course. Yeah, the old Southport TAFE. Praise to one says, yeah, and also Sammy off a HIA, which also is a disadvantage. Correct, yeah. Again, it wasn't Casey who called the penalty. It was the referee. So the Panthers will get this ball here at the 20. And Jenkins now brings the ball out here to the 40 on first tackle. And now they go to the left-hand side off to Casey McLean, who'll be at the 47. I do wonder, though, if Sammy had kept his foot in bounds, realistically, that should have been a penalty try. Obviously, he didn't. But if he had kept his foot in bounds there, it should have been up for an 8-point try. But Casey wouldn't have called it because she's a muppet. Second tackle. Logan Borley says having Loffy on the bench would be really impactful right now. Yeah, it would actually be beneficial right this very second. So Mitch Kenny off to Luron Patea. He's 25 metres out. Third tackle. TAFE, of course. 20 metres out. They give it up to Lindsay Smith. Smith up to Nathan Cleary. Cleary short ball to Liam Martin. And Liam Martin's at the 15 on fourth tackle. To be fair, it's only an 18-point game. I'm not overall unhappy with how the Titans have played. It's just the individual lapses in the first half. They give it off to Lindsay Smith. Intercept Jaden Campbell. Intercept Jaden Campbell to the 20, the 25, the 30. Go JC. Go JC. Go JC. Go JC. Go JC. JC. Go JC. Come on, baby. Come the fuck on, JC. Let's go. Another intercept from JC. 24-10 with a kick to come. Let's go. Jaden Campbell with the intercept. He'll run 90 metres and will score on the corner. It's a 14-point game. Oh, boy. Huge. Jaden Campbell. He loves an intercept at this exact area of the field at Seabars. He did it against the Warriors. He's done it there. He did it against the Roosters earlier on this year. He loves a good intercept, JC. Brian To'o's got some speed on him to cross across the field, but Jaden Campbell does get there in the end. Or if I'm a JC, get around him. That's him. And if they can get this kick here, it's a 12-point game. If they can get this kick here, it's a 12-point game. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Take that, Casey Badger. Get that one in you. Get that one in you, buddy. Listen, you've got to be happy with this. And this is, again, proof the Titans have not been bad today as a collective level. And defensively, they actually have been quite solid. I know the scoreline is suggesting that it was an absolute blow-up, but it just wasn't the case in the first half. Lagans is in a shit season. Who you got for Titans Player of the Year? Well, Jaden will be up there, but you've got Jojo Fafita. Tanner will always be there, but I've got, personally for me, I'd be saying either Jojo Fafita or Jaden, and I'm thinking that they're looking probably more so towards Jaden at this very point. The Dingo says someone made a petition to ban Ennis from commentating Penrith games. Oh man, that's funny. That is funny. A petition to ban Michael Ennis from Ennis games is hilarious. And Jaden Campbell, he's just missed the kick. Very close though, very close. So it's a 14-point game, 15 minutes to go. Proud of this effort here in the second half regardless. JXN says, watch Casey call this a knock on. Yeah, calls it a forward pass on the intercept. Because Jaden Campbell tips it and then grabs it. So I would have assumed that she'd call... Oh, lucky she can't call 4 passes in the bunker. Otherwise, that's probably called a 4 pass from her. Lucky. Very, very lucky. But Daz makes a 14-point game against the defending 4-time premiers. Up the membership prices. Get it up there. Bang them up. Bang them up. Brenton says, Bo has been solid for you guys too. Yeah. A Newcastle legend. But no, Bo's been great for us this season. I don't know if I'd say he's Player of the Year. I would say it's probably between Jojo and JC. Aside that, maybe Brimo as well. Brimo's been good when he's been in the fullback position. But JC has had probably more good... JC's definitely more likely to get points in regards to Paul Broughton than a guy like Jojo in the centres is, or AJ is from switching positions from 5'8 fullback and whatnot. Lagan says, Casey Badger, Titans Player of the Year. You're getting time out of the month. You're getting time out of the month. We'll see you soon, buddy. All right, 4 tackle now for the Titans at 35. You deserved it, Lagan. You know you deserved it. You know you deserved that timeout. You know you did. So 5th tackle here at the 45. And penalty Titans. Come on. Come on. Penalty Titans here with 24 minutes to go here of the game. The Titans have come back from 24-0 down to 24-10 and will get another attacking opportunity right this second. Late hit, low into the legs from Isaiah Papali'i. Penalty the Gold Coast. 24-hour timeout. Dude, you have to say something extremely brutal to get a timeout for 24 hours on the first game of a three game slate on Saturday. But Brian Kelly now, he'll get that ball to AJ Brimson, then off to Isaac Malawi on the field. 25 metres out from the line, first tackle. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Just ban him from the channel. I'm calling the police, mate. I'm reporting him. Second tackle here, 15 metres away from the line. 15 metres away, Michael getting around the Titans. They give it up to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell off to Cleese Haas, and Cleese Haas is going to be 7 metres out, gets the offload away. Regan Campbell-Gillard gives up to Mikey Fodawaker. Fodawaker to Kieran Foran. Foran hit AJ Brimson, and Brimson gets taken down to the 8. Jeez, he was thinking about the pass over the top. This is good play here from the Gold Coast at the moment in this part of the game. Third tackle, Sam Verrills, Mikey Fodawaker. He will fake the pass. No one was falling for it. It'll be 4 tackles, 7 metres out. 4 tackles, 7 metres out. And Regan Campbell-Gillard, Kieran Foran, Jaden Campbell gives it off here to Jake Bullock-Winky, and he's going to get this ball to the 3, to the 2, fit tackle. Not the greatest attacking set. They've thrown it around a little bit. They give it out to Jaden Campbell at the 10. Jaden Campbell kicks it through. Play that. Panthers ball. Panthers ball at the 7. It's all right. It's all right. I'm okay with how this game is situated at the moment. Price says, I know how to get a 24-hour timeout. Mick Ennis, best commentator, and Casey Badger's elite referee. Like, when Mick Ennis isn't sitting having a tug over the Penrith Panthers for 80 minutes on a Panther stream, I don't actually find him that bad for the most part in most commentary games. But it's when the Panthers are playing, he's not wearing pants, and we've got to figure out a way to put into his contract at Fox that he must wear pants whilst watching Panthers games. He has to. Someone get a petition started, not for him to not for him to not commentate Panthers games, but for him to not commentate with no pants on during Panthers games. So fit tackle and Mitch Kenny to Nathan Cleary. And they're going to kick this ball down. Ethan, I've explained to you the 40-20 kick already. I don't know why he's still asking about it. No, we're not actually going to time Prey out for 86k seconds there, Daz. But we will teach Prey a lesson with a minute timeout there. So second tackle. Daz did just time you out for 24 hours, by the way, Prey. But we've removed it. We've removed it now. You're back for the. You're back with. I think you're able to comment now. Daz actually was light on you and gave you a 10-second one as well. So fourth tackle here from Wakey for the Waker. We've hit the halfway point. 20 minutes to go here of the game. The Titans have found their way back into the game. Hit that like button and subscribe. Good post contact there from Wakey for the Waker to the 45 on the Panthers side of the field. Oh, get off it, referee. Let him play the ball. Aiden says, sorry, my bad. No, it's all right. Like, I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying that we already answered. We already explained to you earlier on when you asked me about the 40-20 rule. Kick it before the 40 and it goes out after the 20, so it's a 40-20. JXN says, I fear the day Cleary, Walsh, and Marky Mark play on the same team and Ennis is commentating. Oh, God help us. God help us. Still never shot the ball. Oh, it's gone backwards. No, it's fine. No, it's a correct call. He has gone backwards. I know the fans are disagreeing with it in the ground, but that is knocked backwards from Dylan Edwards. He's been very shaky under the high ball today. Mick Ennis won't talk about it, though, but he's been very shaky under the high ball. Benny West, this game will end up as a draw. Mate, I'm not wearing a shirt for the rest of the day if the Titans got a draw or won this game. I refuse. Play stupid games when stupid prices. Exactly right. Yeah, I was freaking out my Manly play. Knock on! Knock on! Come on! Come on, that's gone forward. Titans ball. Titans ball at 35. Come on. That's going to be forward there from the Panthers, and the Titans will get the ball over the 35. Come on. Yeah, Pro, well, you got to be careful about the old shit talk then. You know, Daz, he doesn't muck around, son. He doesn't muck around, the old Daz, mate. The only time he mucks around is when he's telling us the Dogs are going to win the comp. That's a big muck around comment, All right, so Titans with another attack opportunity. It's good to see the better team in the second half. 24-0 half time, now 24-10. Titans with a chance. Joshua's Adventure says, what's the status on AKP? I haven't seen him in ages. Unfortunately, Des just doesn't like his defense. His attack is great, but Des doesn't like his defense, and that's why he doesn't select him. I love Loff, and I think he does deserve better. But I think that... Oh, that's a high tackle. That's a penalty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we should get a complete attacking set 10 metres out here from the line. Come on. Do you watch the NRLW? I watched the Titans game before. I don't get to watch many games of the NRLW because they're usually on when the NRL games are on. So I can't give you a really great reply there to who win the comp, but I'm going to say Titans because I'm a Titans fan there in the women's. Second tackle now for the Titans at the 13. It's probably going to be... Like, the Roosters are always a good team. I think Broncos are looking pretty good too, aren't they? Sam Verrills up to Kieran Foran. Forward at the back here to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell at the back to AJ Brimson. AJ Brimson kicks it through here on second tackle. I disagree, AJ. Not the play, AJ. Not the play, AJ. What are you doing, AJ? AJ, that's so bad, dude. That's so bad on second tackle. That's not the play, AJ. I know you're trying, dude, and I know you're trying, but that's just simply not what you do. No, AJ. So, 0 tackle now for the Panthers at the 25. Lagan says, Loffy has a chance of beating AJ's all-time try scoring. I agree. I 100% agree. I think that if Loffy was getting into the game... What? Liam Henry has passed his HIA, so he'll come back. I do agree. I think that that if Loffy was playing every single game, you would see it, and especially if he was playing for a big-time team. Could you imagine that he went to a big-time team? Gee whiz. Fastman says, do you think the Panthers are a genuine title shot for the season? Not yet. Yes, but not yet. I need to see them against the Bulldogs, the Raiders, and the Storm, and they play them. Not next week. They play the Knights next week in Newcastle, but then they play the Bulldogs, the Raiders, and the Storm in 3 consecutive weeks. As I probably that's lazy defence there from the Titans, but good defence from AJ Brimson at the 12. Fit tackle with the Panthers. Oh, lost ball. Yep, you can challenge it all you want. Like his eye probably, you know it's a knock on. You can challenge it all you like. You're not the captain, son, Nathan Cleary. You're going to challenge it. You're going to lose this ball. You're going to lose this ball, and you're going to lose your challenge. It's a knock on. You are going to lose this challenge here. Isaiah Papali'i, you have knocked this ball on. Call Oprah about it. Isaiah Papali'i, and yeah, there's nothing to do with it. Yep, that's on you, Isaiah Papali'i. That's a nail, bud. Don't know why you would challenge that. You are very, very well aware that that's going to be an unsuccessful challenge, and it's an unsuccessful challenge. Well done. Chambo says, bro, I have so much money on the Panthers going 13 plus, I'm losing my mind right now. Well, they're up by 14, mate, so you're right. So Phil Summy has passed his HIA. He'll pass his HIA, so he'll also be back. 17.5 minutes to go here of the game. Titans will get the scrum here about 10 metres out from their own line. Thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget, we've got the Dragons versus the Raiders right after this, and then we will also have a huge game between Manly and the Roosters tonight. So you want to be for that one. It'll be a big one. It will be a big one, that. So Titans now to Jojo for feeder. He'll get this ball to the 15. Good little stepping run there. Gets out to the 18. I'd love to know how his dad, Pillar, went last night in a boxing fight. Jojo's dad was fighting last night. Know him well. He's a really good dude. He was in a boxing fight. I used to play for the Tongan National Rugby Union team. But if anyone here knows him, if anyone knows Pillar or knows what happened last night, please let us know. Third tackle here at the 40. Reckon I'm safe? Well, I'm a Titans fan, Jambo, so it's going to be tough for you to get the opinion from me. Mike for a wake to the 50. You should be, but the Titans have been the better team in the second half, man. They're only down by 14, so you should be, but it's not safe at all. AJ Brimson will get away here to the 35, and it'll be fair tackle. But the Titans have clearly been the better team in the second half. They give it out to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell steps. Jaden Campbell goes away. Jaden Campbell's away here at the 15. JC, short penalty for tackle without the ball. That's a penalty for tackle without the ball. That's a sin bin. That's a sin bin, referee. Send him to the bin. Send him to the bin. Send him to the bin. Send him to the bin right now. Send him to the bin right now, referee. Send him to the bin right now. If that's a tackle without the ball, a pass to him would have been a try. That's a try scoring opportunity. That is a sin bin. Send him to the bin right now. That is 1,000,000,000% a sin bin. That is 1,000,000,000% a sin bin, Liam Kennedy. If you've called a penalty for that being a tackle without the ball, then that is 1,000,000,000% a penalty. A sin bin. How on earth is that not a sin bin? A tackle without the ball and a try scoring opportunity. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Come on. Off the bin, come on. Off your pop, son. Off your pop. No defenders in front of him. He's into the bin. Isaac Tungo into the bin. Come on, Gold Coast. Come on, Gold Coast. Come on, 10 minutes in the bin for Isaac Tungo. The score is 24-10 to the Panthers. They were leading 24-0 at half-time. The Titans have rocketed back into the game, and they've got a prime opportunity to bring the game back within 8 points right now. So Sam Verrills to Jimmy Jolliffe. It'd be nice to see him score here today. 2 metres out of the line, first tackle. Come on, Gold Coast, man. Come on. Sam Verrills, he's going to go to the right-hand side off to Kieran 4 on 4 at the 10. Gives it to JC. Jaden Campbell, short ball. Cleese Haas, Cleese Haas is 5 metres out, second tackle. Get the tuk-tuks out. Get the tuk-tuks. Sam Verrills, right-hand side. Jojo for feeder. Oh, he's 1 metre out from the line. Third tackle. Sam Verrills goes for a quick stretch. Come on, buddy. Come the fuck on. 24-14 with a kick to come. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 24-14 with a kick to come. Still a man in the bin for the next 9 minutes. Titans will score a try. Titans will score a try. Jaden Campbell, that was huge there. That was huge. 24-14 with a kick to come. 15 minutes left of the game. Still a man in the bin for the next 9 minutes. And the Titans were down 24-0 at half-time. Have turned around here in the second half. Massive. HSV Clubbies, let's go Titans. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Olivia says, would love to see the Titans win. Come on. Of course you would as a Broncos fan. That's a nice try from Sam Verrills too. He knew that they were short right in front. He's just able to roll over very strong and put the ball down. 10-point game. Dasman says, Panthers are back. This is what I'm talking about, though. This is what people refused. And they always think that it's coming from a bad intention. It's not coming from a bad intention. I want to see the Panthers play the big-time teams because, like, at the end of the day, they're still susceptible to this. They're still going to play the Bulldogs, the Storm, and the Raiders in 3 weeks. They should be winning this game very comfortably. But it's 24-16 here at the Panthers with 15 minutes to go of the game. The Titans are without players in Tino, without Dave, without, like, Loffy's a decision. Keanu Kenny, these kind of guys. They should be slapping this Gold Coast Titans team. They were up 24-0 at half-time, but at the end of the day, what I was saying in the first half is the Titans weren't playing badly. It was just individual lapses. AJ Brimson knocks the ball immediately into Blaze Salongi, who scores a try to the post. Then you've got Jacob Alakwinki, who knocks the ball immediately into Casey McLean, and he will score right next to the post. So 2 of those tries, without those 2 individual lapses, the Gold Coast Titans are currently leading this game. But unfortunately, that did happen. They were individual lapses, and it did happen. There were mistakes that the Panthers did capitalise on. But the Panthers are not the prime product just yet until we see them against the big-time teams because they are susceptible to this. First tackle with the Titans, the 15. Moaki Fodawaker gets his ball here to the 23. Come on, Gold Coast. Proud of the second half, but proud of the effort overall anyway. This team was never predicted to even make this game relatively close. Second tackle, good offload. Sam Verrills off to Moaki Fodawaker. Fodawaker now, he'll get this ball to the 40 on 4 tackle. Come on. Sam Verrills now, he'll go out to the left-hand side. He gives it off to Fozza out to AJ Brimson. Brimson gets away from one. Brimson gets away. He's at the 50, he's at the 45, he's at the 40, he's at the 35. Gets the ball to Phil Sammy. Get the fucking up, yo. Oh my gosh, it's 24-20 with the kick to come. It's 24-20 with the kick to come. It's 24-20 with the kick to come, baby. Oh my gosh. 24-20 with the kick to come. 13 minutes to go of the game. This is insane, dude. This is insane, dude. We were down 24-0 at halftime. What an effort regardless. Brimo breaks away there at the 50. Gets to the 40. He's got Phil Sami. Good pass too. And he gets around Brian To'o. He's able to score. Phil Sami will score under the post basically as well. It's about to be a 2-point game. Oh, the Titans in this second. Well, they have not been bad all game. And this is what the Titans, they can pull out of the bag, dude. It's why it's so frustrating, because you know they have the ability to pull it out of the bag. They just don't do it really. They don't do it a lot. Silas says, hello there, we need a fair amount of neutral commentators. This is really unfair, NRL, especially against the Penrith Panthers. Excuse me? You're saying that the commentary on this game has been against the Panthers? Mick Ennis has been circle jerking the Penrith Panthers the entirety of the game. If you're talking about me, then you can fuck yourself, because I'm a Titans fan. I'll always support my community and I'll always support my team. If the Panthers aren't playing the Titans, then I'll be completely neutral. But at the end of the day, I'm a Titans fan and I'm going to support my community. I'm passionate for my team. I'm passionate always. Whether I criticize them or whether I love them, at the end of the day, I'll always back in my Titans when you're watching them. So you can eat a dick. If you're complaining about me, I don't care. If you're complaining about the NRL commentary on Fox and you're saying that the Panthers are being hardly done by, Michael Ennis has had his pants off all game, circle jerking your team literally every second of this game. So I don't know what you're talking about. So 12 minutes and 43 seconds to go here of the game. The Panthers are still down a man for the next 6 minutes. Come on, baby. Titans in the end goal. They'll give it off here to Jimmy Jolliffe with a strong run now. Tungo's still in the bin for 6.5 minutes. Titans have scored 2 tries in that 4-minute stretch. And they'll give it off to Isaac Fasil-Malawi. Like, win or lose here. Like, the Panthers still should find a way to win. They should be able to find a way to win. But, like, win or lose, you've got to be really proud of the effort here from the Titans. If they win this game, they avoid the spoon effectively. They really should be avoiding the spoon, because you assume based off of this effort in their last couple of weeks compared to the Rabbitohs situation right now, you assume the Titans should be winning next week. Especially being at Seabass as well. 4 tackle at the halfway point. It's huge. Hello people, says Titans are the best 4-pack if they all in form. Well, AJ Brimson short ball, Mo for the way goes away here. At the 35, the 30, the 25. Mo! Oh my gosh, he's 10 metres out from the line, fit tackle. Oh, if he had found the ball on the inside, it was a try. Fit tackle, 9 metres out over the line. 11 minutes 47 to go here the game. Titans, Jojo Fafita gives it off here to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell kicks his ball across. Knocked back here from the Titans. No, Brian Tuttle gets the ball. Oh my gosh, 15 metres out. Samuel says, remember a try came off our error as well. We played really well. No, 2 tries came off our error. AJ Brimson knocked it directly into Blaze Salungi for a try into the post, and Jacob Alec-Winky knocked the ball directly into Casey McLean for a try into the post. There's 2 tries there the Panthers have gotten off the back of the 2 knock-ons from the Titans immediately. Their defense was at 94% on the defensive effective tackle percentage in the first half. The Titans actually haven't been bad today. It's just they made a couple of mistakes that the Panthers capitalised on them, justifiably. But then you go back and have a look at the first try for the Panthers. It came off the back of a call that they said Bo Firma stripped the ball as he was falling off of the tackle. I disagree with that, and they scored immediately after that. So, look, I think this is a proud effort from the Titans regardless. Regardless if they can find a way to win or not, this is a proud effort, especially when they're down 24-0 at half-time to a team that's won 7 games in a row, 4 premierships in a row, been in 5 grand finals in a row. Titans are in 16th, they were in 17th just last week, and I think this is a fantastic performance to come back in this game regardless, and usually we're the team that the teams come back against. So 10 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Phil Sami rolls it back here. 3rd tackle at the 45. And they give it up here to Bowie Firma. Bo Firma, 45 metres out, 4th tackle. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Sam Verrills, he's going to give it off to Jimmy Jolliffe, Kieran Foran, Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell's been great today. They give it off here to AJ Brimson. Brimson gets out right-hand side. Jalen the Groot here at the 25. It's fit tackle. I'll read that in a second. Apophis, I appreciate you, brother. Fit tackle, 27 metres out. AJ Brimson gets it off to Jaden Campbell, and Jaden Campbell's going to whack that ball up into the corner. Come on, chase it through, but Dylan Edwards will grab it, and he'll be taken out of the 21st tackle. 10 minutes left. Apophis with a $50 donation. Get around your Apophis says, even if the Titans don't win, I thought their defense, even in the first half, regardless of the score, was real good compared to previous weeks. You're spot on. Last 2 weeks, they look like a different team. Dude, they were at 94% defensive effective tackle percentage in the first half. The only reason they were down by such a big score was because of the individual lapses from dropping the ball in Jacob Alakwinki and AJ Brimson. The Titans have not performed badly today. The Panthers haven't performed spectacularly today. That's a high tackle. Wow, they didn't call it. They will call the penalty for the high tackle against the Titans. So 9.5 minutes left here, penalty to the Panthers. But the point of the matter is, Apophis, you're correct. You're correct. The Titans were not bad defensively today at all, especially in the second half. They've been great. But the first half, they're at 94% on effective tackle percentage. It is a high tackle against BK. Kane says, holy shit, 24-0 last time I looked. I know. Yeah, I know. Don't forget, guys, we've got Dragons versus Raiders right after this. And then we will be straight into the big game between Manly and the Roosters tonight. No one expected this game to be a good game. It's funny, as a Titans fan, I still don't expect to win this game, but like I always have high hopes and low expectations with this team at the moment. And I'm just super happy and proud of the effort they've shown to get back into this game. Second tackle now for the Panthers, 23 metres out front of the line. Lindsay Smith rolls it back. They give it off here to Moses Leota. And Leota is going to be about 14 metres away from the line. Third tackle. He's lost the ball. He's lost the ball. No challenges either, baby. Lost the ball. Titans can't clutch again. JXN says, I saw a stat somewhere that if the Titans won all their remaining games, they could finish as high as 5th. Yes, if you follow me on Instagram, the pinned comment in the chat is my Instagram. I spoke about this last week. Again, they're not going to do it, and they would have to win by about 48 points every single game, mate. So it's just not going to happen. But it's just exciting to be in a game. You know, it's just exciting to be in a bit of form at the moment and giving it a crack, mate. Because on the Gold Coast, it's always been tough for us. It's always a tough time for us on the Gold Coast. And we don't have many fans, but we have a passionate fan base, and our fans deserve to feel the same happiness as others. Jojo Fafita will get this ball to the 25 on first tackle. A minute and a half. That's a penalty. That's a second attempt there. That's a second attempt from Liam Henry. That should have been a penalty. Anyway, Titans now second tackle here at the 32. 7.5 minutes to go here of the game. One day it'll happen. JXN. One day, but I just need this organisation to rectify itself individually. So it's going to be Kieran Foran gets the ball out here. BK, Brian Kelly, he steps back onto the inside. Oh, he couldn't get the ball to AJ Brimson, who was following up nicely. Third tackler at the 45, Kieran Foran. He'll get it off to Bo Furman. Bo Furman now inside the attacking half at the 45, fourth tackle. Come on, man. Come on. Tammy Verrills off to Fozza. Foran off to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell tries to go through himself, and he'll be at the 35. Good post contact. Someone should have been following him up. Nearly a penalty there. 53 seconds left of the bin here for Isaac Tungo. Titans scored 3 tries while he was in the bin. The Titans put this ball up here. Good chase from AJ Brimson. He's going to actually... it's Titans ball! The Titans have taken the lead, baby. The Titans have taken the lead. The Titans have taken the fucking lead and get that right into you. 26-24 with the kick to come. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh, the Titans have just taken the lead. It's not over yet. Philip Sami has scored. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, what a kick. AJ Brimson follows it through. He puts a boot to it, goes into Dylan Edwards, comes off Edwards, goes into BK. BK passes out to Philip Sami, and the Titans lead 26-24. Tungo's going to be feeling horrid. Yeah, but it was deserved. Like, at the end of the day, the Titans would have scored if he didn't make that mistake. We were down 24-0 at half-time, lads. The Titans were down 24-0 at half-time. It's now 26-24 here with 5 minutes and 47 to go of the game. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, I'm so happy for the fans, but there's still 5 minutes 40 to go. I'm sick, dude. I'm sick. What the fuck is happening? What is it? 5.5 minutes to go of the game. We win this, we've probably avoided the spoon, Titans fans. If we win this, we've probably avoided the spoon. 5:22 to go here. This is the second biggest comeback of all time if the Titans win this game, mind you. Where has this been? This is the point, man. This is what I said before the game. If the Titans find a way to win this game, it's amazing, but it's also extremely frustrating. Why is there a trainer running in front? That's bullshit. A trainer has just run in front of us as we're taking the kick. That's bullshit. That's a disgrace. You are a loser. You are a loser. You are a loser. A trainer has just deliberately run in front of the kick as Jaden Campbell has taken it. Well, the NRL will deal with you. You're an idiot. 5 minutes 20 to go here of the game. Yeah, this is what is that trainer doing? He's doing it deliberately. He's an idiot. All right, it's Jaden Campbell here from the left-hand sideline. He will miss the kick. So it's 26-24 with 5 minutes 15 to go. Come on, Titans, hold out. The commentary's going off about the trainer. Like, it's ridiculous that the trainer is allowed to do that. It is ridiculous. As Jaden Campbell is about to take a kick, that should be absolutely dealt with by the NRL. That should absolutely be dealt with by the NRL. That should be dealt with by the NRL, that. It will be dealt with by the NRL. That is disgraceful. Dom says, who was the bloke saying he would go to every Titans home game? Oh, yeah, it was Adam Deadman, my boy. Come on, man. I've been through so many of these comebacks against us. It'd be really nice just to have one comeback for us against a team. And it's going to go backwards here from the Titans. And it's going to be, yes! Jalen Wilson to group the 35. 5 minutes to hold out, boys. 5 minutes to hold out. 26-24 for the Gold Coast. Down 24-0 at half-time. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, guys. We'll be live for both games later on today. Dragons versus the Raiders and also the Manly versus Roosters. If you are just tuning in, the Titans were down 24-0 at half-time. Sam Verrills gets his ball to the 45 on third tackle. Jaden Campbell, he'll go left-hand side. Off to AJ Brimson. And I tell you what, Warriors fans, you should be very thankful for the Titans here today. Broncos fans, you should be very thankful for the Titans here today if they can finish it off. Sharks fans, Manly fans, all these teams, you should be very thankful the Titans are doing this right now. Fit tackle here at the 30. Fit tackle at 34.5 minutes to go here at the game. Sam Verrills, Jaden Campbell has been incredible today. And that's going to be touched there by the Panthers. Knocked back from the Titans. That's going to be a penalty to the Gold Coast! You can't challenge it either. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. They can't challenge it either. It's a penalty to the Titans here. Megabytes' time is slowing down. Dude, I can't even sit straight. I can't even sit straight, my boy. I'm all over the shop, dude. Renee says, this is exactly why I'm taking a step back from the team. It's disgraceful from our trainer. No, it's ridiculous from your trainer, you know. Renee, it's ridiculous, but, you know, he'll get dealt with. He'll get dealt with by the NRL. All right, Titans. If they can convert a try here, it's game over. 4 minutes to go. The Titans are 10 metres out. I'm actually shaking. I'm actually shaking right now, man. Sam Verrills off to Jimmy Jolliffe, and Jimmy Jolliffe is going to get this ball to the 5. Second tackle. 3 metres out from the line. Sam Verrills, he's going to go to the left-hand side here to AJ Brimson. Brimson 10 metres out. He's going to cut back into the inside. He steps back in 5 metres out from the line. Third tackle. Sniff the jar. You're actually right. I do need to do that. Third tackle now. 5 metres out. BK. Score a converted try here. It's game over, man. Score a converted try here. It's game over. End the game now, boys. You deserve it. You deserve the win here. 4 tackle held up over the line. So 10 metres out. 4 tackle. You deserve the win here, Gold Coast. You deserve the win here, Gold Coast. Come on. Titans have been clearly a dominant team in the second half. The first half, they weren't too bad, just individual lapses. Sam Verrills out of the right-hand side of Kieran Foran at the back now to Jaden Campbell. Jaden Campbell will step under one, steps away from another, steps away from another. He's still going here, Jaden Campbell, taking down 13 metres, outfit tackle, 3 minutes. Just don't give away a 7 tackle set here, Gold Coast. Sam Verrills off to Kieran Foran. Kieran Foran puts his ball into the corner. Come on, Phil. Knocked it back here for the Titans. Where's the ball? AJ Brimson. Where's the ball? AJ Brimson gets it off here. Phil Sami. Knock on. Okay, so it's going to be Panthers ball at 10, 3 minutes to go the game. 3 minutes to go of the game. Panthers with the ball at the 10. Come on, Gold Coast. You deserve this win. Hold them out. You were down 24-0 at half time. You've rocketed in like a train. First tackle for the Panthers. At least my Panthers comments are being validated at the moment. Casey McLean at the 20. Second tackle. Sorry, I can't read too much of your comments, guys. Obviously, you know how much I love my team and love my community, and this is crazy for us. They give it off here to Liam Henry. No, Mitch Kenny, sorry, and then Blaze Talungi. Talungi gives it out to Casey McLean. Get him down. Third tackle at the 35. Come on, boys, hold him out. Third tackle, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here at the game. Liam Henry rolls it over to Moses Leota. He's at the 35 at the 40. Lindsay Smith, he gives it off to Nathan Cleary. No. Right-hand side, Isaac Tungo. Please get him down. Take him out of the sideline. Brian To'o's still going here. To'o's still going at 25. 4 tackle. No. 4 tackle, 25 metres out for the Panthers. Come on, boys. Hold them out. Find a way. Remember how to win. Lindsay Smith, he flicks it back to Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary at the 15. He gets it off. That's drop ball out the back. It's out the back. Fourth tackle here for the Panthers. They're at the 25, still with the ball. Minute 50 to go with the game. Taken down. Fifth tackle. Cleary's gone back for a 2-point field goal here. He's at the 42. Oh my gosh, they got it. Oh, it's a 26-26 ball game. Oh my gosh, that's a great kick, man. He's one of the best players of all time. Oh my gosh, that's probably the greatest 2-point field goal I've ever seen. That is probably the greatest 2-point field goal I've ever seen in my life, dude. Well, we're looking like we're going to extra time here, lads. Like, I'm sorry, but that's probably going to be the greatest 2-point field goal I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, Nathan Cleary, that's so clutch, dude. You've got to respect it. As a Titans fan, you've got to respect it. You got to respect it. You can't hate on that. You can't. You've got to sit back and you've got to respect greatness there, dude. You've got to respect greatness there. So 26-26 with a minute and a half to go here. Still a chance here for the Titans. Oh my gosh. Like, what an insane game, by the way. If you are just tuning in, firstly, thumbs up and subscribe. Secondly, the Titans were losing 24-0 at halftime. The Panthers have come in with 7 straight wins into this game. The Titans, yes, they're coming off a win last week, but that was off last place. They're in 16th position up against the Panthers, who were in 5th position going into this game. The Titans were down 24-0 at halftime, came back to lead 26-24. It is now 26-26 after Nathan Cleary just kicked a 2-point field goal. When they're at the 20, they pass it all the way back. It was beautiful. And we go here for the last minute and a half of the game. Moses Leota now at the 18. 18 metres out, first tackle. Come on, Gold Coast. You've beaten the better team. But, like, the Panthers are playing for more. But the Titans, if they win this game, they probably avoid the spoon. If the Panthers win this game, they're still 1 point away from the New Zealand Warriors in 4th. And that's a knock on. No, it's not. It's fine. Third tackle here for the Panthers at the 35. You can't tell me he's going to get another 2-point field goal. You can't do it to us. You got to be proud regardless here, Titans fans, though. Moses Leota, the 47. You got to be proud regardless. He's going to get another 2-point field goal opportunity here, Nathan Cleary. They get to Dylan Edwards. He's 42 metres out. They're actually going to go for a 50. He's going to be 47 metres out here, Titans. He's going to be 47 metres out here. This is the greatest of all time if he gets it. And he's going to miss it. He's going to miss it. That's a 7 tackle step. It doesn't matter. We're going to go Titans with the ball here at 20. 30 seconds to go the game. $30 seconds to go here of the game. And Phil Sami's we're going to go to extra time. Shannon says that is some clutch right there. Wow, just wow. Yeah, you can't hate on it. No matter who you support, no matter you're a Titans fan, you're a Panthers hater, no matter who you support. Like, that is the greatest field goal I've ever seen. Second tackle now at the 35. And they're going to get this ball off here to Regan Campbell-Gillard. And he'll get this ball to the 40, 13 seconds to go. We need to get 10 metres plus then get a 50-metre field goal. It's just not happening. They pass that ball across here to BK, Brian Kelly. Brian Kelly taking out the 45, 4 seconds left here. Will they get one last play with it, the Titans? They will. They play it. Kieran Foran at the 45, gives it to Jaden Campbell. And Jaden Campbell's just going to whack that ball up. Not a deep kick at all. And knocked back here for the Titans. It's going to be Jaden Campbell who gets it. And we take it at the 40. We go to extra time. What a game, dude. What a game. 26-26 here, full time. We go to extra time, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. I will say Panthers do not want to draw this game. You draw this game, your points differential is worse than the Broncos. Your points differential is worse than the Dolphins. Your points differential is a little bit better than the Sharks. You know we're close to the Storm, and you know we're close to the Raiders, and you know we're close to the Bulldogs. You don't want to draw this game here, Panthers. You need to win this game. A draw would screw your points differential because you don't have a great points differential. And for the Titans, they don't care for a draw or win. As a Titans fan, man, I'm just proud of this team. They're down 24-0 at half-time. Like, it was an incredible comeback. Like, this game's had everything, man. But full time here, we go to extra time. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm freaking out. Paddy says we need a field goal. Narshon says Kieran Foran will get it. Phaethon says game of the season. Incredible game, dude. It reminds me a lot of the Sydney Roosters versus Titans game from back in, I think, 2021, maybe? 2021-22. If Adam's watching, whenever your wedding was, it was on your wedding week when the Roosters played the Titans at Seabars. The Titans were down like 30-0, came back to 30-30, but lost the game 32-30 or something like that. Damien Wallace says Campbell will take them home with a class field goal in extra time. I hope so, mate. I hope so. But Kieran Foran's probably the field goal taker. I don't know who just won the toss. By the way, both Titans teams have been in extra time today. The Gold Coast Titans women's team against the Bulldogs drew today. They drew. It's a magic round for the women's game in Newcastle at the moment. The Titans women's team drew with the Bulldogs team. So this is 2 consecutive extra time games for the Titans in the same day. Sean says, I thought this game was going to be a blowout for Penrith. Well, it was at half-time. It was 24-0 at half-time, Sean. It was 24-0 at half-time. Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, my gosh, dude. Oh, dude. You know, Penrith, you do have to go on fraud alert if you lose this game, but... Oh, my gosh, dude. What a game, though. Regardless, I'm proud of the boys. Regardless, I'm proud of the Titans, and I will say that. Chasey says, please, Titans, give the Warriors a break by winning. Well, you guys should have won your game on yesterday, but you threw it away. So it's going to be Titans to kick this ball off here to the Titans. Comment in the chat who you think wins from here. Rice says, I think we come out of this game looking better even if we lose. No, absolutely. Absolutely. There'll be question marks the Panthers, which is what I've been telling you guys for ages. I've been saying the Panthers have this in them, and I need to see them against the Bulldogs, the Raiders, and the Storm in 2, 3, and 4 weeks' time to see where the Panthers are at. They're struggling here against a 16th place team. They've found a way to send it to extra time despite being up 24-0. They were down 26-24 and then kick an amazing 2-point field goal through Cleary. You know, there is question marks in the Panthers. Nathan Cleary goes out to the left-hand side, and it's going to be third tackle for the Panthers at the 30. Third tackle for the Panthers at the 30. Panthers have a very good golden point record. 13 of 24. Fourth tackle now for the Panthers at the 40. They give it off here to Papali'i, then off to Lindsay Smith and Nathan Cleary. Nathan Cleary at the back of the Edwards. Edwards gives it off here to Isaac Tungo. Tungo flicks it off here to Brian To'o. They are 33 metres out on the line. There's a chance here for Nathan Cleary to go for the field goal. They're a bit out to the right-hand side. They have to get it across to him, though. No one's chasing it up hard enough. He doesn't even go for the field goal. He goes to the kick. He puts it up into the air, 15 metres out. And Jenkins grabs it. He flicks it out the back now. Oh, my gosh. No way. No way. Blaze Salungi. He'll flick out the back now to Nathan Cleary, 30 metres out. And he's missed the kick. A 7-tackle set. Holy fuck, dude. 7-tackle set coming up. 7-tackle set coming up. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go here of the first half of extra time. Nathan Cleary misses it from 30 metres out. Hit a 42-metre field goal today. Misses the one from 30 metres out. Mark says, I don't think there was a question mark on the Panthers. I just think the Titans hit form at the wrong time of the season. Sure, in regards to the Titans, but I disagree in regards to the Panthers. They've played the Tigers, the Knights. They've played the Eels. The only big team that they actually beat. The Warriors have their problems, but the real big win that they had was against the Bulldogs, where they won 8-6. There absolutely is until they play the 3 big teams, because this 7-game stretch has been against nobodies except for the Bulldogs, realistically. Yeah, you can argue the Warriors, but we all know how the Warriors have been. They've been dropping games and losing games, and they just lost to the Titans last week. This Warriors team has not been fantastic for the last little bit, so it's like, sure, you can take that if you would like that, but at the end of the day, the Panthers haven't been playing against the big-time teams across this 7-8 game stretch. They play the Knights next week, which is also not really included, but then the week after that, they play the Raiders, the Bulldogs, and the Storm in 3 consecutive weeks. That's when we'll be able to see a lot more about the Panthers. So, again, you're entitled to your opinion. There is an injury here for the Titans. Phil Sami, I think he's claiming a high tackle. I don't know what's happening. He's bleeding out of his nose too. It's 0 tackle for the Titans at the 24. They're not going to call a penalty. Sami is bleeding out of his nose, though. He's got a really bad bleeding nose. So Jacob Alec-Winky's going to come onto the field here for the Titans. Phaeton says, doesn't matter who wins, they put on a great show. Absolutely, Phaeton. And that's all I ask for with the Titans, because I don't expect them to be world beaters this year. I don't expect them to win the comp. I don't expect them to be in the finals. But I expect to see our team give a shit for our fans, because our fans deserve it. They're small, but they're passionate, and they deserve it. They deserve to see a little bit of happiness. And this is all that the fans ask for. The fans just ask for them giving a shit, giving it a red-hot crack, and competing. And that's what they've done here today. So it's like, if they lose, shit, that's not fun to watch. But at the end of the day, I've had a great time watching this team actually give a shit and really put in an effort 2 weeks in a row. So Cleese Haas now will be first tackle here at the 30. Dom Finlayson says, with an $8 donation, get around your brother. It says, get the Titans trainer out there for Cleary's next goal attempt. Well, the next goal attempt would be a try, so that wouldn't even happen. But I agree with you. Second tackle now for the AJ Brimson at the 35. 3:15 to go of golden point of first half of extra time. Regan Campbell-Gillard to the 40. We're not going to get really a field goal opportunity here, you would assume. There's an injury for the Panthers. God bless him. Liam Martin is grabbing at his left shoulder here. Grabbing at his left shoulder. Yanni says, Penrith won't win the comp, I reckon. We'll talk about it in the next game. I'm a bit crazy to talk about it right this very second, but I've been saying this for weeks. Yeah, it's an unfortunate elbow. Liam Martin hits Regan Campbell-Gillard's left arm, hits his neck. Panthers fans booing is hilarious. Like, that was clearly accidental. Regan Campbell-Gillard was looking completely away from him. All right, for the Titans now at the halfway point. 4 tackle, 3 minutes to go of extra time. Golden point 1. They go to the left-hand side of Kieran 4 and off to Bo Firma. Bo Firma, he'll be at the 40. Bo Firma at the 40, Kieran 4, and they give it up to Jaden Campbell. And Jaden Campbell's going to bomb this one up into the left-hand corner. I like it. They didn't go for a field goal. And it's with Jojo Fafita who chases it through, and Dylan Edwards will be taken down to the 10 for BK and Jojo Fafita. First tackle, 10 metres out. They give it off here to Brian Toto. He'll be taken up to 15. Keep him down here, boys. Just get that defense rolling. Keep him down here. Isaac Tungo. He goes out to the right. He'll be at the 25. Now the 30. Third tackle. 2.5 minutes to go here of the first half of extra time. They go out to the left. Dylan Edwards up to Moses Leota. And Leota is now going to be at the 35 on 4 tackle. Just keep him down here and keep Cleary away from a field goal opportunity. He's just too overpowered in regards to it. They give it out to Blaze Talangi. Talangi off to Nathan Cleary. Cleary gives it off here to Casey McLean. Casey McLean gets around Jacob Alaquinky. No. AJ, get there. No, it's a try. Oh, man. Damn it, dude. Well done, Panthers. Damn it, dude. Well done, Panthers, man. Well done, Panthers, man. You will get the dub. Proud of my boys regardless, mate. Proud of my boys regardless. Unfortunately, Jacob Alaquinky didn't have the pace, and Case McLean just gets around him. Unfortunately, that's what happened when Phil Sami went off the field. And oh, boy, I feel bad. I feel so sorry for my boys. Feel so sorry for my boys. Oh, dude, feel for our fans. Oh, we gave it a crack, but oh, man. Well, like, I honestly do think we come out looking well from that regardless. Yeah, Phaeton says Titans put on a show. You got to be super proud regardless. Like, it's one of the games of the season, dude. Like, you know, it had everything. Titans were down 24-0 at halftime, come back to lead 26-24. Nathan Cleary pulls out one of the best field goals you're ever going to see from the 2-point field goal to win to send it to extra time, and then the Panthers will score on the left-hand side. Regardless, like, I can tell you right now, the Panthers' reputation from this game will take a bit of a hit. And people will start to see what I'm saying from a wavelength now. But, you know, I'm just proud of the Titans, man. Like, you've got to be really impressed with their resolve here today to give it a red-hot crack. Seems the Panthers probably win the comp again. There's no way that game just told you that. And let's wait to see them against the 3 big-time teams in 2 weeks' time. Bretzy says, great rugby league. Great rugby league. Great rugby league. Great rugby league. Laurie says, sorry, brother, blame it on Casey, not because she's female. Nah, I'm not going to not going to say that. Cron says, gold choke Turtons. That, 1, makes you sound like a 10-year-old, but also 2, how did we choke this game? We came back from a 24-0 lead. We came back from a 24-0 lead against a 5th place team. Like, that was an incredible performance by the Titans. Lockie's rugby leagues, that trade needs to be investigated. They will discuss that. The NRL will absolutely take aim at that. And there will be a lot of criticism for it because at the end of the day, that was just as JC was about to take his conversion from the sideline, which he ultimately missed as he had to replace the kick and take the second kick because the trainer ran in front. And it was a 2-point game that could have been a 4-point game. And with the 4-point game, the Panthers are forced to score a try rather than get a 2-point field goal. So there is going to be a lot of criticism on that. There will be a bit of criticism for Casey Badger. But at the end of the day, the Titans, they just weren't able to get the win. And it's unfortunate, but I'm super proud of the Gold Coast for sure. And I think that the fans should absolutely be proud. Tasman says JC should have got a re-kick. I don't even necessarily disagree. Like, at the end of the day, there has to be a harsh punishment for what that trainer did. There has to be a harsh punishment for it. And he's going to be laughing, but he was laughing at it. But at the end of the day, you will get fined. It's like your club can probably sort it, but the NRL needs to be quite harsh on it. They need to be harsh on it because otherwise every team can do that. Otherwise, we can have every trainer running in front of it. And it's like no one gives a shit about him coming out and saying, oh, it was an accident. I didn't even think about it. He knew exactly what he was doing. So the NRL needs to harshly punish the trainer who ran in front of JC's kick for sure. Hunters fans, I'm sorry, bro. 1 point loss to the Tigers, then beat the Warriors, then heartbreaking gone point. Yeah, no, we watched the games, man. Laurie says, his fight back Titans can take positives for next year. Absolutely, Laurie. You know, again, I'm going to go onto Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please jump onto the pinned comment and give us a follow on Instagram. I'm going to speak about it briefly before we start up for that next game, which is the Rays versus the Dragons. But no, you just, Titans fans, you know, take some happiness out of this. We gave it a red hot crack, dude, and you've got to be really proud, and it definitely is going to slap in a bit of the reputation for the Panthers, and I know that Panthers fans won't be too happy with how that one ultimately played out, but they'll be happy with the 2 points because it puts them into 5th position, but I think that will absolutely show to the Panthers fans that they're not exactly the finished product when it comes to as high as they thought they were playing recently, because that was a struggle against a 16th place team that was close to going, well, was wooden spoon last week. Lockie's Rugby League's the same bloke who was spraying water on the ball before kickoff earlier in the year. Absolutely. Yeah, Riley, you can laugh all you like, man, but at the end of the day, I'm proud of my team, and I know that you ain't happy with how that result played out. Brenton says Trainer will probably just get a fine. Paul Bother says the Panthers still going to kick the conversion. No, I wouldn't. No, they won't get the conversion. The final score will be... hold on one sec. The final score is going to be 30-26. No, they won't. They won't take the 2 points. They don't need to. Tasey says, may have to end the stream after this loss to let him breathe. Yeah, well, I'm going to be back in 10 minutes' time. I'm going to switch over to the Dragons versus Raiders stream, man. But, look, I had a good time. Hope you guys did too. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Titans will stay in second last. Jeez, I was so close to going into to above the Yields just then, but obviously wasn't to be. But, you know, proud performance there from the Gold Coast. And then for the Panthers, they will go into 5th position. But, geez, they've got a bit to work on going into that 3-game stretch in a couple of weeks' time against the Bulldogs, the Raiders, and the Storm. But, all right, guys, like I said, thumbs up, subscribe. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for backing the boys, getting around them. Feel for our fans and feel for our players, but we gave it a crack. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.